we'll see.
All right, so here we are. We're still waiting for a couple parties to show up. Shannon from Forged by Light is running late. Here's my good friend Emery, Gray Paladin, and yes, we're both.
Cheers.
All right, tying one on. I kind of wanted to, the whole purpose of this live stream is to talk about the goings on at Ultrasabers Incorporated, and I mean the thing is just like I'd like to give it maybe 5 more minutes before starting up that hi. I've never done a live stream like this. I've never done a live stream. I've never hosted one. So as far as what to do with the chat and being creative with that, I'm probably just gonna fail miserably at that. But I'll do my best. So yeah, like I was saying, we'll give this about 5 minutes and we'll start talking about Ultrasabers because I really was kind of hoping for a party of 4, and that is not happened just yet. It's a little bit early.
That's right, Turtle. We're gonna get there. We're gonna discuss our views and thoughts on the new developments of Ultrapixel.
Yeah, Ultrapixel. Yeah. The reason why we're starting early is pretty much Paladin's fault.
Yeah, that whole time zone thing.
So Ultra.
Plus, I'm drinking a 10.5% beer, so I mean, I don't know how much longer I'll be able to go.
That's fine. This is only supposed to go on for about 2 hours, and then we were gonna move on over to Mid Ohio Jedi Orders live stream, and you had to kind of sack out. But I guess we could start the conversation. Yeah. So, what did everyone think?
I'm in Europe, Turtle.
Huh?
Turtle's asking where I am. I was telling him I'm in Europe.
When I saw that ad, when I finally got to sit down and watch the video that Emery from Ultrasabers had put together, not very impressed.
No, not one bit.
It was kind of like the thing is we started with records, and then eventually moved to cassettes, and then it moved to CDs, and then everything went to digital. And this is sort of like, let's just, we were doing CDs, and now we do CDs, and it just comes in like a nicer case, and it just, maybe you have more tracks, or it's just like it was just sort of improving upon a previously existing technology without really putting in the effort to really introduce anything new. It's new to them. But the rest of us have seen this for going on a year of Neopixel being and Smooth Swing being pretty much ubiquitous to most Saber companies except them, and at least a couple years of familiarity, and then but the technology has been growing for probably like three possibly 4 years, with Smooth Swing being more recent than Neopixel. And just I could keep rambling, but
some things that I really want to point out is
work.
There's a new standard in the industry now, I think, and I would say that of the standard options that are available for a Saber, Neopixel is one that a lot of people search for. However, what's up, Sams? However, what we are also wanting is smooth swing. Now, there are a lot of people out there that actually don't care for Neopixel, especially those that are more into dueling. So if they had a choice, would they rather have Neopixel or smooth swing? And I think the vast majority would prefer the smooth swing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with this new Ultrapixel, I think it's great that they're finally catching up with offering Neopixel. However, I always feel like those two kind of go hand in hand. How can you offer Neopixel and not also include smooth swing? And what I find most interesting about this new Obsidian board, which I don't really say it's new, I say they're enhanced or redone Obsidian board, is that when you go into the menu, we've already seen that the board has orientation recognition, because you can see as he does his two stupid clashes to activate the menu, to cycle through the menu, he's rotating the saber. So that's telling me right there that you have the ability and the technology to incorporate some type of smooth swing. And we're not getting that. And to me, it doesn't make sense. Why would you offer one without the other? We'll get into price and all that stuff, a bit later, because I took some notes and I wrote some things down and went to their configurator.
To your point,
but
I was just gonna say it's just like it's the polar opposite way of I would have worked on smooth swing first, and then this Ultrapixel second, because I think most people would agree with you that smooth swing has become just it was the big change in the industry that really just sort of,
I mean, I'll put it this way, and David Ellis over there just mentioned this too, and said that it's got to be smooth swing. It's part of the experience, which I agree. Granted, you get that realism with the Neopixel, but it's just for that brief moment usually of activating the blade, or maybe even some of the clash and lockups and things like that. But it's when you're moving the saber, that's what I want to hear. It's the sound. Granted, I can live without smooth swing if it's a intuitive board that responds well. Like, I still am a fan of the Nano Biscotti V4. I think that is a great soundboard for what you get. And when you swing that saber, I mean, man, like, it responds to every motion you do, and you almost don't miss the smooth swing.
It almost emulates smooth swing in a way. I mean, like, I still have several sabers with Nano Biscotti V4, and it's such an effective soundboard that you can. You don't miss it because you're still enjoying yourself, but you don't get that responsiveness from the Obsidian at all.
Mm-hmm. And I'll say, like, with that, when you look at what the new Obsidian V4 soundboard is offering, I mean, it says you have a chassis, but really, when you look at it realistically, it's not really a solid chassis, in my opinion, when I see it. When I think chassis, I'm thinking something more like I'll use one of my own sabers that I installed in the CFX. When I think chassis, I think something like this. This is a solid, piece design. I've got my recharge port incorporated in that. The soundboard is a press fit, and my wires are concealed. This is a chassis, in my opinion. That V4, exactly. That Delrin, I love those Saber Trio chassis. I think those are phenomenal.
This is
I feel extremely safe with it in
section right here.
Yeah.
And actually, I want to show you guys one more thing. This is my Saber Tree. I'm about to let everyone know the secret. Hello. Okay, this is my Saber Mock install from my Spectre, and just see how glorious that is. It comes out all the way.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's in there, compact, secured. You got your little blinkies there. I mean, that's the name of the game right there,
Yeah. Yeah, and so when I look at their so-called chassis, to me, it doesn't really look like a solid chassis, and it still looked like there was like electrical tape or some type of coating on it as well. So I'm just not really a huge fan for that. And yeah, that's right, Ike. Yeah, electrical tape does not count as a chassis. And I'll say this: when I first started installing lightsabers, I did use a little bit of electrical tape to help seal the, keep the board down in place and things like that. But as I got better and more advanced with my builds, I don't need to use electrical tape. I don't have any electrical tape in my builds. So I still kind of look at the Ultrasabers electronics as amateur, for lack of a better word.
Sup, buddy?
Yeah, exactly right, Sims. It's 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Hey, how we doing there, Forge? Good to see you, Shannon. I hope you came stocked and ready to go. My man.
No, I've been prepping for having a little pool party tomorrow. It's Labor Day weekend, and we usually have to work the weekends in the restaurant business. And so I got off, and so did my wife. Well, she's got the evening off, so we're gonna do a little party. So my computer.
We'll get you caught up here. We were just talking about the Ultrapixel, and we kind of really shifted into smooth swing. And if you had to choose one or the other, we would rather have the smooth swing over the Neopixel for those that like the dual. To us, having that I'm fully immersed or more immersed into the Saber fantasy when I have the sound versus the light. And then we shifted into the chassis and how electrical tape is not a chassis.
I'd like to talk about the what is it, the lockup feature? What does he call it? What does he call it?
A latch lockup. Yeah.
I totally made fun of that in my last video.
Yeah, I saw that video. Can someone please explain to me why? Hold on. I'll get there. No, I'm not going to get there.
Well, let's put it this way. Let's say if choreography is your thing. So you're going to have to plan when you do that short press of the button and then get your clash in there. But let's face it, when you're doing that short press, if you can't just stand there holding your saber, you still have to have some type of motion. And it's going to be difficult to get that whole latching thing to work that way, and then you got your clash and then the pull away. Now, I do like the fact that you pull away, it releases, but, Profi does the same thing and better. So
way better.
That's
way better. Exactly. And let's even go this far too. You look at a CFX, you can program localized lockup. You got the same thing with Profi, but we don't have localized lockup in this Ultrapixel. And that's something that I think it's a nice feature, but I like also the fact that you can turn it on or off. Me, with my CFX sabers, I put in the localized lockup because I just think it looks a little more realistic. Because to see just the center of the blade, flickering versus the entire thing. But that's an option that you can program. Where with this Ultrapixel, you don't have that. I just feel like, for lack of a better phrase, we're polishing a turd when it comes to this Obsidian V4. No matter how much you polish it or doctor it up, it's still a piece of shit.
Yeah. What is the useless option of making the Neopixel less bright? Brightness. I'm like, why is that even an option?
The only thing I can think of is for battery conservation. If you want to save the battery, but this is the thing, like, I don't want to sit here and swing around a dim blade. Everyone wants a brighter blade, so I don't see why that should even be something you focus on.
Yeah, that's a useless option in my opinion. It's like you're just putting shit in there to make it look cool to people who don't know what they're doing. yet.
On
you know?
CFX, you have the option on CFX to you can actually you can decrease the power. It's not like really decreasing the brightness. Not that I've noticed on any of my CFX Sabers. It just sort of like it decreases power consumption and maybe it dims it by enough lumens that a dog might notice. But like nothing.
Yeah.
I've actually seen unless you have a really really cheap blade. But like if you have
if you have a cheap battery, let's talk about that. The fact that the standard lithium-ion battery they're offering is only 2,600 milliamps, and you have to upgrade for the 3,500. Now, you order a Saber from anywhere else, you're minimum getting 3,120, or you get usually 34 or 35 or 3,600. So why is he offering a 2,600? And even if you do the Trust Fire, which is about that, I think it's 24, 2,600, but they give you two. So we're paying all this money for basically a low strength battery to power this Neopixel. And then if you pay a bit more, you can get the higher or the stronger battery.
Yeah. You know what I thought about? Like when I was, because I built, look, when I was in my little last video, I compared this Saber, which is it's a Dark Apprentice, to a Lupine Rose, because they look similar. Just the black, simple Hilt. And I'm like, who wants to buy a car and you have to add the brakes? You got to add the windshield wipers. That shit don't come standard, really?
Yeah.
Where's the damn recharge point?
See, now if we're using an analogy of cars, this is great, Forge. I like where you're going with this. So we are in 2021. You buy a new car, your standard features or options are always going to be air conditioning, some type of stereo, power doors, locks, windows, the whole nine. Those aren't options that you put in. Your options that you pay for extra are like the fancy things, like the bigger touch screen, on the stereo, or the moonroof, things like that, or the electric push start.
Yeah,
those are things that are extra. Now, I feel like with a lightsaber now, standard should be a 12-watt LED if you're going in Hilt. I mean, 9. It's still bright, but let's face it now. Everybody wants the 12-watt plus.
Yeah.
Recharge port. That's a big one for me. And the switch. Now, I did a little math here, and I configured through Ultrasabers. So the cheapest Hilt you can get where you can get the Ultrapixel is $70. Now, when you choose the option for the Ultrapixel, the minimum soundboard on that is going to be the Obsidian Light, which we know is not good.
Trash.
So if you want to get the full experience, you got to go for the V4. But you're paying $62 for the recharge port, which really, you don't get a cable, so you have to pay for the cable, which is $7. You don't get a cover tech, you got to pay for that. That's an additional $20. You don't get the Allen wrench. Like, what? So that's $1. You can't just throw that in for $1, even though I'm already paying you 3 figures. So you got to pay $1 for that. And if you want an illuminated AV switch, which is now becoming an industry standard, that's $25. And then the chassis, the electrical tape is an additional $20. So after all of that, when you go with the cheapest Hilt, the total is going to be $430 for what I believe is a Dinosaur subpar soundboard. And the Hilts are okay, but these Hilts are not something that's going to be like, oh man, that's so beautiful. It's not like Starfall or Revan Sabers or even Saber Trio or any of these are, let's face it, they are budget looking Hilts. So I'm not paying $430 for a Saber that does not have smooth swing, that has a low powered battery for the Neopixel, which means I'm probably going to swing it around for an hour, 2 hours, and it's dead, if that. And to me, it just doesn't make sense. And that's just the cheapest Hilt. Now, if you go for, let's say, your Spectre paradigm, that brings your price up to $516 because of the additional price of the more expensive Hilt. So why would I pay $516 for an Ultra Saber when I can use that same amount of money and get a Saber Trio that does all these extra fancy things with a CFX soundboard? I mean,
for the same amount of money, I mean,
you decide.
Even if you're like, I mean, you could play around. You could get one of those stunt sabers hilts. I mean, you go to Poland, you get like, you know, one of his hilts. I mean, you haven't done. Oh, okay, that's cool. I want to see.
The review is coming. The review is coming for this soon. But in my unboxing, I showed that it did not have smooth swing. When in fact, it does have smooth swing. You can set it. So.
And how much was that?
This was in euro. I believe it was 303 euro, something like that. So it came to about maybe $340.
And it's
still less than an Ultrasaber. Still less than
LED. But if everyone goes to the website and looks and you see what that guy has available, and just the sheer, the quality is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't look at it after I watched the video.
Yeah, and highly customizable. I plugged it into the app, and you can do
a lot of fun. And unlike Electrum Saber Crafts, even with the new app, it's pretty much flawless.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it's not trying to use Bluetooth. I mean, you're just connecting, you know, the Saber to your computer, and you're basically manipulating things right on screen. It's really a blast. I mean, I tried that smooth swing on the Gen 1. It's not really worth getting involved with, but the Gen 2, it looks really good. You know, and if this is just like one guy and he has his company in Poland somewhere, I don't know how large his operation is, how many people he has working for him, if it's just him solo.
How long he's been in the business. I don't know when he opened his doors. I'm assuming it's recent.
He maybe I don't know. Like, it seems like he came up with this on his own, and it's economical. So he's provided a soundboard that's, you know, obviously you don't load fonts onto it. You just basically like I noticed that you can
have a library of sounds that you can choose.
It has a library, and you can actually update new sounds, but you can completely customize it. So it's not like you put Son of Darkness on it, and then you've got Son of Darkness. It's just, and it doesn't have all the standard, like, you know, it doesn't have whatever all the Ultrasaber sound fonts are, but it has basically. The point is you can buy a Saber from a guy like that, and you walk away with something that's worth every damn penny with smooth swing. You can duel with it. You don't have to worry about dropping it and having the chassis break or the LED coming. I mean, we don't even know if Ultrasabers is actually using blade retention screws. I mean, LED retention screws.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because that's an excellent question. Like, if you're going to upgrade the soundboard, then give us some retention screws for the LEDs. Well, I mean, well, here's the thing, because obviously it's a Neo blade. So I'm assuming they would have to, because if you don't retain the pins, the connection to the blade is loose, and it doesn't work. But that
doesn't matter, because, like, you know, okay, so I've got my my other Spectre, you know, with the LED, you know, being around here, you know, around there. You know, you just kind of jam the blade in there, and it sort of holds the LED in place. So that's the system.
Yeah,
it's always been their system. So why wouldn't they? I mean, I can imagine just by their thought process that, you know, with a Neopixel blade with a connector connecting to the pins, and the pins. I mean, we don't even know what kind of pins they use. If they actually recess into the housing like it does on Neopixel.
That's a good point.
We haven't seen any of that. This is all stuff that we kind of need to see, because
because he always showed like the bottom half of the chassis, right? Like, that's all he showed, is that the bottom.
Well, I thought he pulled the whole thing out.
Well, it's got
he had like pins or something in there.
Those didn't look like pins to me, because it was only like this big. It was
like too thin.
I think it might plug into something that they have installed.
It's like a hack cheap version of like the Asteria Heart, you know, how that kind of plugs in.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was like a hack job of the Asteria Heart. Yeah.
I just have to ask Tim if he's serious.
Rage. No, you didn't. If you did.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't wait. I was like, should I comment on this?
I'll say this one for $4,000. It's a good deal. Ultrasabers. Dude.
Actually, someone has to do this. Someone has to bite the bullet and do this.
I was going to say, someone does have to bite the bullet and do a review. And I'll be honest, I said I'm going to order one to see what it's like, so I can really do like a thorough review on this and evaluate it. But when I priced it out, I said I cannot justify paying that money for something that, to me, in my opinion, should only be worth $200, not $500 or $430, like I priced out there. Yeah. It's not worth it.
You could get this one right here for $315, but it's like no windows. It's the cheap
$315 for that. Is that a Sentinel?
No, it's the Apprentice, the Dark Apprentice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
$315.
Yeah, $315. No recharge port, no windows. I can't remember if I put windows or not. I don't think I did. I mean, it was bare bones. It was just it was the V4 soundboard, and that was it. I think. Yeah, $315 opposed to $250 profit. Yes,
I just bought a secondhand, pretty much mint condition new Vader's Vault Sovereign.
No, sorry, Darth Pepsi. I don't know many Ultra Saber Hilts because I don't look at them because I think they're garbage.
I bought a Vader's Vault Sovereign for $400. That it's inhaled LED, but CFX. It's not the old version, but I mean, I got a good deal, and it's just a beautiful hilt, and and like the thing is like, like for $400, what can you get from Ultrasabers? What you showed us, you priced it out. How much did that come out?
Yeah, that was the
$315. $315. Like I said, that was without the recharge port.
It was like an Aeon or something like that. It was one of those.
The Dark Wolf has a recharge port. So like in my video, I was like, oh, hey, I forgot to add that. So that's like, probably 10, 15 more bucks. So I mean, and with no smooth swing, it's not. I mean, even if it was smooth swing, it's still not worth it. It's still overpriced.
The thing is, if you have anywhere between $300 to $600 for a Saber, and you can get for your money, you can get Ultra Sabers with the bells and whistles, or you could get one of the more economy price Vader's Vaults and maybe get some bling on that thing, or a Saber Trio, or a Saber Mock, or I mean any of like a Genesis Custom Saber Cell,
anybody.
2 dozen. You could have Babu Sabers do an install of a hilt that you bought, and it's about the same. You could get solo sabers. You could get all, or you can buy an Ultra Sabers for about the same money. It just doesn't. It defies logic. I mean, the thing is this turns on. It lights up. This is a V3. It's fairly responsive. Wouldn't pay more than $200 for what it does, but you're expected to sink how much? $350, almost $400.
$315.
And that's the thing that's been lost. It's just the economy of the whole thing. It smells of pure greed.
Well, yeah, it's not ethical. And Tim just brought up that you noticed the $1,000 worth of his collection behind it, like that room, and then
I bet that room had a 12-foot ceiling in his mansion.
Probably.
And what he does with his money and how he earns it is his business. I mean, that's fine. I mean, like no one's I'm not criticizing that. Like the man had like a really impressive Dragon Ball Z collection. It was tight. But
here's the thing, though. We can't blame him. You have to blame the consumer that keeps getting duped into buying that merchandise. I think all of us here and those that are watching and viewing this are not the ones that are dumping their money, without doing the research for something like that. And I will say this: if they release a nice hilt, just like Tim said earlier, I'll buy it empty and I'll put my own stuff on the inside, because the hilts themselves, some of them are quite nice. Like this, I bought empty and I installed it with CFX, and I like the hilt very much. But I'm not going to have them install it because it's not worth it. It's just too much money. And don't get me wrong here. And I think we're kind of all on the same page. We all have an appreciation for Ultra Sabers. especially what they started many years ago. They kind of made lightsabers accessible to all of us, but it's not the value of what you're getting and the price they're charging you. It's overpriced and under quality. And if they adjusted that, I would still order from them. But when you have these resellers like Darkwolf, Crimson Dawn, things like that, popping out Profi Pixel Sabers for the same price that you're paying for a Saber does half of the things with the electronics, I mean, to me, the choice is very clear.
Here's another point, an issue. How many different and unique LGT Saber Studios Hilts have come out just in the last 2 months alone?
Several.
Eight.
A lot have come out.
How many of them? I mean, I want their Kanan Jarrus hilt. I want their Ezra hilt.
I want the Caramelicos hilt.
I mean, that Silver Crusher I have is just to die for.
Yeah,
it's such a good.
Yeah, it's nice. I really like it.
Okay, now that you've got that, when was the last new Ultrasabers hilt released?
The Leia.
And that was when?
That was, I guess, right after.
It was about 2 years ago.
Right after the Rise of Skywalker, I guess, right? It's
it was before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So at least probably a year and a half. Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and before that was the you just held the
Empress.
The Empress, yep. And
yeah,
before that, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't.
Wasn't the Savage Opress inspired hilt? Wasn't that the started with a D? Dominic's or no, the Minicide? I can't remember, but it was a double bladed one.
The
Wasn't that
Minicide.
Yeah. The Minicide, right. That's it.
Yeah, the double bladed. Yeah, the double bladed saber.
So you've got a rate of hilts being released, like new hilts a year.
You're getting called out by Darth Pepsi, so maybe you should address one of his questions there.
What does he say?
He's betrayed.
He's betrayed. Darth Pepsi's videos are awesome.
Yeah, he's been producing nearly enough of them. I told you.
I'm not familiar with Darth Pepsi. I need to look him up.
He is a magic man when it comes to special effects and transitions and stuff.
That's awesome because
he's up on it.
As soon as I get my new computer, I want to start doing more because I already have the software.
Yeah. You know what? If I would have been Ultrasabers, I would have copied LGT because they're already crooks any damn way. Make an LGT core, only make it this size because it's bigger, and put something in there that's compatible with Smooth Swing. That's what I would have done if I was him. What? Let's go deep, and they probably would have blown up. You know what? They probably would have blown up. Oh, they got Neopixel and Smooth Swing now. Wow. Poor souls would have overpaid for that shit, but at least the damn technology would have been relevant by now. That's what I would have done.
Sorry, I'm replying to.
I was about to say that
someone's question on a video of mine. So.
Oh. Did you? Did you see my last video, Gray?
I was actually out in public when I saw it, so I couldn't hear everything. And I read the comments, and everyone was saying how the intro was great. So I'm like, man, I need to watch this so I can actually hear it.
Yeah, I had Elon Musk guest star.
Well, I was just gonna. I don't want to get political, but I don't know what's up with Joe Rogan taking the medicine for cows, the neurotoxin or whatever it is to try to fight the COVID. You know,
No, what?
did you guys hear about that? Well,
What do you do?
I don't want to like dive too deeply into it. If you guys don't know, it's just like I love Joe Rogan, but like I found out that he hasn't vaccinated and he just kind of like is taking those I can't remember what the name of the medicine is called, but
Ivermectin?
yeah, that whatever.
Oh
So,
yeah.
kind of disappointing. I don't know. Like I don't want to trigger anybody, but
All right, Darth Pepsi. I think I'm subscriber 302 right now. The quality of, I'm just looking at it right now, and the quality of the videos and everything. I can't hear anything right now because I'm talking to you guys, but it looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and
you haven't watched any
subscribe here and see what's going on with that. But yeah, it looks good. I like that.
I think they're the craziest and most enjoyable videos. Emery, your videos are amazing, but like not nearly as cray.
Wait, say that again. What? Oh. Or you were addressing my videos or Pepsi's videos? What?
What I'm trying to say is like Darth Pepsi's videos are just they're a special kind of they appeal to my sense of lunacy to a degree that I don't think too many videos ever have. They often contain threats, things that he will do to you if you betray him.
He's a savage.
Yeah, he is, and I haven't seen a new video by him for a while, so I've been giving him a hard time. But yeah, I mean, your videos, Emery, are they're getting there.
Yeah, I think The Shining was one of the ones that was kind of pushing the
shitting,
pushing the envelope a little bit there.
Padawans.
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 Oh man.
Was that cardboard that you had, or was it like a box?
Yeah. Yeah, from all the many boxes that I had to, use when I moved in. So
yeah, that was pretty slick. I liked it. It was good.
Yeah, what's next? I'm thinking that you probably need to do something Star Trek related to utilize that little panel of yours.
You know what?
Yeah. Write that down. Write it down.
Yeah, right.
I know you got notes. Write it down. You'll forget. I'm still waiting.
You are right. You are right. You waiting for the Darth Paladin?
Yes, Darth Paladin. I need it. I need Darth Paladin in my life.
Whatever shirt you wear, you gotta be a red shirt.
Because they're the ones that die. Yeah.
Oh, man, he can't have a command shirt on. He's in command of his own channel. He can wear yellow.
This is true. Put on a little yellow or the green, right? The light green.
Although if you do wear red and it's TNG, that is command. So we swap them. So
goes both ways. Yeah.
So you're good. You're all right.
So Darth Paladin's down there in Star Trek.
So do you still have to have a degree in like whatever Obsidian soundboard degree to be able to change the sound fonts on that stupid thing? I mean, I was never able to. I can work with any soundboard as far as sound fonts goes. Except Profi, because I just haven't learned that yet. But it just. I mean, if you had a sound that was already configured to work on the Obsidian soundboard, it was pretty easy. It was easy to put on. It was just time consuming because you had to kind of put like it by file by file by file by file by file because you had to burn everything.
I never got it to work. I plugged it in, and I don't know. It just It wasn't. Yeah, I just couldn't get it to function well, and I just really never bothered to get it going.
I mean,
After that, I tried once, and I said, you know what, I'm done.
I never went higher than the light board. I was just like, I'm not paying for that shit. I'm just not.
I installed a Star Killer sound phone on this thing just because I figured out how to do it magically, but
well, even Kyberphonic told Zach one day that like he was putting Kyberphonic sound fonts on an Obsidian board, and he was like, "Oh, it sounds so good," and Kyberphonic's like, "Bruh, I mess with you, but you're not enjoying that. It's not how it's supposed to sound." So I guess you can put them on there, but they just don't sound right.
yeah.
Yeah. So, what's the major difference between the V3 Obsidian and the V4?
The sound bank allotment. The V4 you get 10 sound fonts max.
Uh-huh.
The other one you get, I think he said 3.
Well, it's actually 1.
But, so other than that, there's no other enhancements between the V3 and the V4 then, outside of the number of fonts.
Not what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. See. This is what's stupid. They should have done the V4, scrapped production of the V3, and just made the V4 the new standard, and don't charge an extra price. That's what it should have been. Like, why would anyone pay for the V3 with 1 font or 3? Doesn't matter. Still not much. Yeah. When you can, when the V4 is available, I think for maybe $10 or $20 more. But to me, it should be the same price and just only do the V4. Like, you didn't see Saber Core saying, "Okay, here's the Saber Core 1.0, and you can also get the 3.0." When they advanced to the next board, they stopped doing the other ones and just offered the one.
I don't know why he didn't say, "Look, let's make an Ultra Obsidian, and let's make it, all these other boards."
What everyone's looking for, exactly.
Yeah.
Saberforge is there. I mean, all the major companies are there. They're either offering Golden Harvest, CFX, or Profit. So
look, you're an installer. You install stuff. So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know how he does the brightness, sound, whatever. It's reading movement. So couldn't you put?
I said this before you got on. I said you already showed that it's motion oriented. So that tells me that it has the capability of actually being able to incorporate smooth swing. I mean, look at the V6 version core that the LGT offers. They're kind of relative smooth swing, whatever. It's not great, but it's still something.
Yeah.
I mean, the NEC board, the real swing, he took his basic board and just stretched out the hum, and he made that work. So, like, why is Obsidian not doing this? It just blows my mind.
Wonder if it's supposed to be in this. He does not want to show his face again. Damn it, that's wrong. Wonder if. Come on, bro.
Q would have a would make a pretty sweet sound font for a lightsaber. Answering Pepsi here, I think that would work out pretty cool. Like when he snaps his finger and you hear that flash when he appears and disappears. I mean, he's got a lot of cool stuff. But I want to hear the mariachi band, though. That's like when I swing it for the Force, I want to hear the mariachi band. when he's playing the trumpet and he ends up putting the girls on Wharf and all that. That was hilarious.
Mon Capitan!
Mon Capitan!
Yeah. They'd have to also play a lot of the stuff from the trials,
Oh, yeah.
to make it a little bit ominous and a lot of the stuff from Q shining on a Riker, as he liked to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like One Day to Laugh too. That was
good old hearty belly laugh.
Yeah. Data is a great character. Let's just put it out there. Spock did an amazing job, and he really set the stage for what we can do to portray an alien species. But I think Data took it to a new level. His movement, the way he spoke, I think he really sold the whole android vibe. And I'm all about Data. Like, I think he was a great character. A great character.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite character in that series.
In the series, you know what?
I love that. I love all the
next
Data.
next to Picard, yeah. Data was definitely one of my favorites. Although I will admit, I did have a crush on Dr. Crusher when I was younger.
Yeah. I'm docked. Yeah, she was hot. That episode where they're all they got that virus where they're all like drunk and shit. And
the naked now. That's where all over my mind went too.
Oh my, woo!
My dear Captain. She said, "I'm a woman. I haven't had the comfort of a man." I'm like, "Whoa, this is getting hot." And that was just the second episode. I'm like, "Man, this show is great."
I liked after the Enterprise D crashed during that was
Genesis,
first
Generations.
Huh? And they're going through the wreckage, and Data's in his quarters, and he digs out Spock.
Yeah.
And then he looks to Troy, and he goes,
"My motion chip was malfunctioning."
Troy, I think my emotion chip is malfunctioning, and she's like, "Nah, I think it's working just fine."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see Spot, yet I'm crying.
Did he ever learn how to whistle?
No, I don't think he did.
Realize how old that series is?
Couldn't whistle
Like,
and he couldn't do contractions.
Huh?
He couldn't whistle and he couldn't make contractions.
No. Yeah.
He had to say cannot. He couldn't say can't.
Although there was one episode where it was when Riker was in that imagination, like the alien boy was putting him in that little messing with his mind thing, and he was captain of the Enterprise, and Data was his first officer, and he used a contraction.
Yeah, but that's how he figured. That was one of the things that he figured.
That's how he realized. He said, "What?
He was like, there's something strange going here."
I cannot.
Plus his holographic wife.
Yeah. Minuet? Yeah, that's it.
Minuet, yeah.
Yeah. She was something else. And then he goes back to the holodeck after the influence on the computer system has been wiped, and she
changed.
She was just a boring old program.
Yeah.
So sad.
No, you can't. Don't even try. That was a good episode too.
They should have got
a lot of good next gen.
He should have got one of them damn binars. Like, hey, look, I need you to put that program in my personal stash. Over here. Go back.
Binars. So this whole Ultrasabers thing, it really has me frustrated because I feel like we are all enlightened, but the general mass are being preyed upon because, like someone said earlier in the comments, that I think it was Tim said, like when he pays to have when you type in lightsaber, the first thing that pops up is Ultrasabers, and that's what people click on, and it's really a trap. And people see that and they think, oh, and let's also get this. His promotions, like I see now, they said if you spend like $1,500, you get a free grab bag, $2,000, and you get a mystery saber. Like, you've got to be kidding me. Who would spend, and people do this, but why would you spend $2,000 to get a haul from Ultrasabers when you can get probably 4 or 5 really great sabers that offer you everything you want for the same price, or for that $2,000, just get a really wicked badass saber, that's custom done for you. It just amazes me that people would spend 4 figures at Ultrasabers.
You probably touched upon something, because I think that's the whole secret to this is that I think that Ultrasabers it keeps themselves in that niche where they really appeal to like the noobs, that impulse buy.
It's that reward system that they got.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you just let's just say, like, the last time I had a purchase from them, I bought my Spectre, and I had points built up because I've got 4 Ultrasabers. I had points built up. I got 2 blades for free. That's how they get you. You know, the more money you spend, you know, and plus they do spring, summer, fall, winter sales, 20% off,
and the raffles,
and they do raffles, and then like the more shit you buy, the more shit they throw at you. If you buy this, guess what? We're gonna send you a free Saber, and it's gonna be the cheapest shit we got. We're just gonna send it to you. You'll get a T-shirt. Yep. You'll get this. You'll get that. Yeah. Because people are thinking, oh wow, man, if I spend a little more money,
if I just get one more Saber, if I just upgrade this,
buy one for my nephew.
I will admit, I think it was 3 years ago when I ordered an Ultrasabers Monarch, because I did a mystery box first. I got a light sound saver, and then I said, okay, let me try this is when I was trying all the different companies. I said, let me try to get one of their premium Hilts, and then I saw that okay, if I spend a little bit more, then I'll get a free initiate. So I think I upgraded to like the V4 board, and I did something else. I think I ordered a blade plug or whatever, and then that put me over. So I ended up paying $350 altogether for that, and I got the free initiate. And then once I started using it, I thought like, man, this is not worth $350. and I've regretted it ever since. And I haven't. I think I did did 2 mystery boxes after that. One of which I upgraded and gave away as a Christmas gift, and the other one was a stunt saber that I'm going to upgrade again and then sell that. And then I got the Empress that I bought empty. So I'm okay with empties, you know, but I cannot justify spending that money for that when it's really not that. It's not nice. It's not that quality. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just not. And I always felt like the hilts were just too big and heavy and cumbersome. I'm not an Ultrasabers fan. I never was to begin with, but I just got some to try it out. But I just can't see how they can justify that price. And me, for an installer or someone who can install, I know how much all these parts and components cost. And then even when you factor in your labor of installing the Saber, it still doesn't come up to what Ultrasabers charges you now. I mean, this Ultrapixel is just outrageous.
Ultrasabers, they rely on a heightened level of ignorance. I mean, and for all of, I mean, if you take the numbers, like everyone in the Saber community that actually knows the difference between, like, you know, an installed Saber, an empty Hilt, you know, CFX, Neopixel, you know, all these things that we take for granted because we've been, you know, in the fold for, you know, a couple of years now. I mean, for all of us, and we're legion, there's probably like, you know, more people to the nth degree that just like Star Wars, and they just like, when I started in the Saber community, I didn't even know that you could buy lightsabers beyond like the Force Effects, you know, Hasbro variety. And then, you know, and the first thing you come across is, of course, Ultrasabers, because they market the shit out of themselves. So you have Ultrasabers everywhere, and you look at their stuff and, like, not knowing anything, to the layperson, it all looks pretty cool and badass. And then, you know, you start looking at the prices, and like at that point, you know, when you're starting out without knowing anything, you're really, if you have the money, you're gonna spend it. So that's the niche that Ultrasabers occupies. And then eventually, if you stick to it and you become like, you know, kind of a serious collector. I mean, some of it, like I lingered with Ultrasabers for far too long. Some people, like, immediately they just, you know, they realize they are their ways, and they already start seeing the other options that are available. So, you know, that transition happens to varying degrees. But in the meantime, like, Ultrasabers occupies that space in that gray area, and they've got to be making enough money to make it like worth it to the ultimate level, to stay in that area because it's an easy place to occupy. It's easy sales. They obviously don't have to provide good customer service, and people still keep going to them. They obviously they don't even have to like sell you. They only have to send you what you ordered. Like 9 times out of 10, I see someone has ordered something and they're out of stock. They offer like an alternative. That's happened to me a couple times. It worked out okay. But to get this without this, it's just mental, as far as I'm concerned. But people do it, and then they go, oh, look what I got. Oh, yeah, I love it. It's just like, no, you're sitting there thinking, I wish I could have just gotten the etching. I wish I could have just received what I bought. And then, of course, I had a Manticore that I bought, and I bought it secondhand off of eBay, but it was brand new.
I have an empty Manticore.
And mine was installed with a V4, and the soundboard burnt out. I mean, it literally caught fire and burnt out. It had a short, burnt out. So,
fire? Oh shit!
Yeah, that's my Caleb.
Should let it burn.
Nope. No. That went to Blue Force Sabers.
Oh,
and turned into a masterpiece, and that's like an heirloom that I'm gonna have. That's gonna be buried with me. So you got to make lemonade out of all the lemons that you get from Ultrasabers. But the thing is like, as far as Ultrasabers goes, like a lot of the best work that I've seen done was what people have done with their hilts. Like I've got that Aeon V4 or whatever the fuck it is. It's got a Pico crumble installed in it with like the most amazing chassis, and the switch changes colors. It has a recharge port. It's just the glorious piece of.
I want to piggyback on what you said about when you get an Ultrasabers hilt, when it becomes good, it's because someone did something to it, which I agree with. One thing that I really hate about Ultrasabers is when you get a hilt from them, you'll find more flaws on the hilt from them than any other company. I can't tell you how many hilts I've gotten from Ultrasabers where I look at it and there's clear blemishes and scratches or dents or something on the hilt that ruins it for me. And I'm thinking like, you should not have shipped this, looking like that.
Especially the silver ones.
Yes, especially the silver ones.
My black one came pretty clean. I was surprised.
And usually the black ones do because they anodize that sucker and it covers up any scratches on the silver that may have been there.
Yeah, but that's a lack of respect for the people that they're selling to. They're just sending things out, and what happens if you complain about it? If you go like, oh well, they have this and that. No. Okay, what happens if something happens with Saber Trio? And not even Saber Trio, because they're the go. I won't even go there. Saber Forge. I dropped my Dissident, and I sent it to them, and they installed a Golden Harvest V3 where previously there wasn't one. And and that's the level of customer service that like you can get from places that aren't Ultrasabers, but
Saber Forge has stepped it up though. They've got.
They really. I mean,
and Ultrasabers do the same thing.
I agree. There are because let's face it.
Because what they did for Paradigm was so awesome.
They've kind of scorched the community a bit, where they had a really bad rap, and people just said that based off of what they heard from other people, I cannot ethically order from this company, and I feel like Saber Forge is starting to slowly redeem themselves to a point where people are saying that, okay, maybe I'll give them a try now.
Yeah. Like when I saw Paradigm's video, I was like, okay, I've made a decision. My next Saber is coming from Saber Forge.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be anytime soon, but when I do, that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go again.
But even if you ordered one, it still wouldn't come to you anytime soon because Saber Forge takes a long time to get Sabers out. But I will say that with Saber Forge, lately they have a lot more options that are in stock. Like they're restocking a lot more now. Where like you go to some other companies, it's just like Saber Trio. We all would love to order from Saber Trio, but you can't. You know, and there's actually Legeti Artique told me about this one. There's actually a Saber Trio reseller in France, but he upcharged everything on there. I just cannot justify paying that money. Like you got the value added tax, you got the VAT on there, and then plus he basically puts all of those charges for him to get the sabers to him. He adds it on top of the price.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, dude. Yeah. Like when you're an American, the Americans don't pay that stuff. Like, so like, I'm not going to, you know, pay all this extra money on top when, if you're going to ship it to the States, we don't pay import fees for a lot of that stuff. We just get it. So to us, it's you're charging double for a Saber. I would just rather wait and get it directly from Saber Trio.
I can't remember the name. There's like another company. I don't know if it's in France, but there was a company that they kind of resold. They had Saber Trio and Saber Forge hilts and a few other things, and sometimes they had things in stock and sometimes they didn't. I wish I could remember the name of the company, but I mean, I just mentioned that because you mentioned that Jedi Arctique had said that there was a company that like resold Saber Trio, and I've seen that before, but the prices are at quite a premium.
Yeah, it's astronomical. I saw that. I just said, you know what, I can't do it. I would love to order a Skylar right now from them, but I'm sorry, I'm not paying €700-800, which in dollars equates to like $800. Like I'm not doing that for a Saber Trio hilt that I should be getting for $450. You know, like you're charging me almost double for a Saber. I can't do it. I just can't. I can't justify that.
You got your pride. You got your
exactly. Well, it's not just my pride. I've got my bank account in my wallet that I don't want to be sucked dry.
Yeah, so it's the wallet.
Yeah,
the wallet says the wallet. No, just hold off, brother.
As much as I love this activity, like I can't afford to just throw money away on Sabers that aren't going to give me what I need. So
yeah,
like I dropped. I think $600 on that Count Mark II. I'm still waiting to hear back from Saber Forge on that one, but that's the only Saber that I have coming in right now, and I've been looking for something else to order, but I don't know. But I've got a lot of content that I need to still push out, so I'm okay not ordering another Saber. I just need to start making these other videos, and I haven't found the energy yet. Like we talked about before, Scott, I guess I don't make a video unless I have energy for it. So
sometimes you just gotta push through.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, but I've been busy with work here lately and everything else. Like for me, like I'm a musician, in the military. So right now, being in Belgium, like we're now into the whole because of the Second World War. Like France was liberated earlier in the summer. And they always do celebrations and stuff. Well, since Belgium was liberated a little like after France, all of their stuff is now starting to happen, getting into late August and begin in September. So I'm busy now doing all of those things, performances and things like that for all these liberation festivals and ceremonies and things. Like I had 3 ceremonies in one day that I had to play for all these different towns that were liberated in Belgium. So I've been busy, so I haven't found the time to do those extra videos. Unboxings are easy because I just, hey, here's a box. I open it. Here's a Saber, and I think of something catchy for the intro, and I'm done. But the other content that I have planned takes a little bit more effort and planning.
Yeah, the more intricate videos, they definitely take. I know sometimes on my videos where I do, weird stuff or more intricate stuff, like it takes me like several days. Like I might do like a piece of it. Like the last video that I made, like it literally took me 4 days because I cut a piece of it, and my wife had worked all day, and she was in the bedroom, so I was talking real low, like this, and I watched it, and I was like, I can do better than that. So I'll wait, and I'll cut that part tomorrow. So I erased all that, got home from work, put my Ohio Jedi shirt on, and was like, okay, now let's do this with a little bravado. So, I know how it is to be motivated to do videos.
Yeah. If I don't find the energy, because I always want to make sure that I'm presenting, the best product that I can. And if I don't have the energy, if I'm just tired, I just don't. You know?
Yeah. How many times do you watch your video before you upload it? I just want to know.
Several, because even before I get to the uploading part, like when I'm editing, like I'm watching it several times and checking transitions and things before I even like do like the final, like this is the video saved. And then at that point I can upload it. But yeah,
I do the same thing. And then I'll watch it after I upload it. And I was like, damn, I forgot to do that, or I missed that.
I'll tell you what, the reason why my second half of my unboxing my collection video took so long is because every time I did it, like there was something wrong in one of the clips where it was off by 2 seconds. So no matter what I did, no matter how I saved it, when I got to the final view, it was 2 seconds off, and it was showing stuff that I didn't edit in. And so it was really messed up. And I got to the point where I just said, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll just take this, I'll splice it and just shave off 2 seconds and hope that it lines up. And then I would watch it. It wouldn't be right, so I'd adjust it by like a few tenths of a second, and it was so frustrating and annoying. That's why it took like 2 weeks to get this.
Especially like if you're doing anything adding sound, like that's the worst.
Or inserting clips. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. What about you, Paradigm? How many times do you watch your videos before you upload?
He doesn't.
You know, often.
I think recently he might peek at him once in a while. Do you?
What's that?
I said, I think you do now, don't you? Don't you peek at them before you upload them?
Yeah, I mean, basically what there's like parts. Like I've gotten into doing my videos in parts. I don't really use clips and things like that. I'm not like, you know, I just do what I do, and it's the way I've always done it. But like I'll do a part and then you'll watch it back and you just go like, oh my God, that's horrible. And then occasionally you'll have where you'll have said everything that you wanted to, and it's this whole like 6-minute stretch of like, you know, stuff, and you pretty much got it like 99% exactly the way you wanted to, but you said like one tiny little stupid thing, which always happens with me because I'm always screwing up words. And like you have to understand that like most of the time, unless it's on the weekend, I'm dead tired when I'm doing everything. And if I waited until I wasn't tired to do the videos, because my job just like
you wouldn't have any videos.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have any content. So like I'm doing things and I'm just like tonight it's why I can't talk. It's a beer. I've had one and I just can't talk, don't know names, things don't know. You know, and the you'll have to redo a piece or a section, or like there's been certain times when I'll be like, hey, how you doing? And it's just like, and you just kind of go, everything was great except that first bit. I'm going to cut out the, hey, you know, it's like.
I can tell when Scott doesn't watch his videos is when an unboxing video is like 26 minutes long. And I'm like, he didn't watch this before he uploaded it. That's what I know. and I watch most of it, but sometimes when you're like, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna double tap here. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay, now he's doing something. Okay, now I'll stop and watch.
The only thing that I ever fast forward through Paradigm shit is when he's having to unwrap the cellophane. That's it. Nothing else though, because I watch all Paradigm shit.
I watch most of and usually I'll be honest, because when he uploads, it's like I'm like just getting up in the morning. So So what I usually do is and Scott, I appreciate your videos because usually it takes me 20 to 30 minutes to get ready in the morning. So I just put your video on, and it's sitting on my in my sink, or whatever. And as I'm getting ready in the morning, I'm watching his videos while I get ready. And by the time I'm ready to like actually leave and go to work, his video's done. So it works out great. I usually watch through all of it. Yeah.
I don't remember what Saber it was I recently unboxed. I think it was
Crusher, wasn't it?
I think it was this thing, because this damn blade.
Oh yeah,
they had everything wrapped. I had to cut that shit out because I was annoyed. I'm like struggling. like, what the fuck did they put this on with?
12 million layers of plastic on it.
It was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of like, and the thing is like, I learned slowly, and I just kind of, okay, well, I'm just gonna start editing like shit, because like, you know, you get the trim feature, and like, you know, I'll have a section that's like this big, and I can kind of go and just have the meat, you know, and like, you know, get that video down from like 46 minutes of glorious fun, so it's less of a Lando Sabers video and more of like, you know, what Tim would produce. It's
What's
just
up,
like,
Gin and Tonic? Welcome. Yeah, I try to, before when I started, I tried to limit my videos to 10 minutes or less. But then when I started really doing like the intros and editing and stuff, I found that I try to keep it 15 minutes or less. You know, but sometimes they go over, especially with reviews. It depends on the saber too, and you know this, Scott. Some sabers require more time because there's too many things to address when you're talking about it.
I don't even give a shit. Sometimes I'm just having fun, and I'm just trying to be entertaining. Like the whole point of this shit is like, you know, like I don't claim to be the most informative. You know, I'm just trying to have fun. Okay, I get you know that little. So you watch my last video, the little intro at the beginning. Did you see me when I'm talking like this? You know, and it's just, and then I ignite the blade. Did you watch the last video?
I didn't see that.
I
didn't see the Sun Crusher review. That was the only one I haven't seen.
What it? But the one before that one. The one before that one.
I'm talking about the Silver Crusher video. Anyway,
you were doing the voice. I saw it. It was awesome.
I did 20 of those little. I was like in my bathroom with my Saber, and I was just, because I was getting this like cool reverb from the confined space, and so like you would do something like this, it would like everything would just kind of reverberate around me, and it sounded like it had like an effect, and so it's just like. I just like did 20 of them. I was just waiting for like a knock on the door. What the hell's going on in there? Why are you in the bathroom in the dark making noises? It's like, yeah, you know, you know. I got
it right here. This is awesome.
Will you follow me into darkness?
Yes.
Will you follow me into the path of the dark side of the Force? Or will you run in terror?
Oh, that was awesome. Will you follow me?
Dude, I was wondering if I was like, is he using a voice changer? I was like,
it was good. It was good.
I don't need a voice changer.
I was like, is that actually him doing that? Because dude, it's spot on, brother. It was good. I liked it.
Hey, when you're an only child and you have no one to play with, I'm like Dark Helmet in the playing with his phone.
We knock first.
Knock before you come in.
Did you see anything?
No, I didn't see you play with your dolly, sir.
There was one time where you did a Yoda, and I commented. It was so hilarious. Because you like talked like Yoda and did the crazy laugh, and it was literally like I was listening to Yoda from Empire Strikes Back. It was so hilarious. It was an older video. I have to find it again because it was so fucking funny.
His Yoda is pretty good.
Very well. Yeah.
Do it.
And my wife likes your impersonations too. When you do something funny, I'll play the video for her, and she starts laughing too.
I don't really, when I first started doing the videos, I kind of did more voices, and I did more goofy stuff and like bits and like. Then I would always get like a whole bunch of dislikes, and I'd be like, come on, man, that was great. I think it's funny, But yeah, I love doing
my last glass of this bottle.
Of that bottle.
Yeah, I have a lot more in the fridge downstairs. But I'm just gonna stick to this because I'm buzzing a little bit. It's 10.5%. So and this is like a liter, I think. So
I need to refresh my drink myself. I'll be back.
there was a video you did where you had one of your you had your kind of Sith robe on. And you were, talking, you doing your voices and stuff. And as you were sitting down, you had the hood on and you were talking. And then finally you just said, "Oh, this is hot. I can't do this anymore." You just took it off.
But that's actually planned.
But okay. But it was funny. But those robes do get very. I have a Jedi robe, like a legit, like nice custom Jedi robe, and those suckers are warm.
That Sith robe is actually really, really well made. It's actually made by an actual proper, person that does costumes and whatever. And it wasn't all that expensive, but I mean, it's turned out to be like a really good cosplaying piece. Probably like the only thing I'll ever buy. I like the whole idea that you can just throw on something black, throw that thing on. And the hood is great because, like, at first, when I first got it, they make it with all this extra fabric so you can literally pull it up over your head. But the gist is you're supposed to kind of like settle it and kind of like scrunch it in and just like expose as much of your face as you want. So it gives you a lot of leeway to work. Really good qualities.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess this is a solo Grey Paladin show. So welcome, everybody. Ike, I have not been to any cons, mainly because I have not been in the States for the last 4 years. But I would very much like to go to a con, and I have a few cosplays that I could really do up there. I actually have a Director Krennic cosplay that's very good. I mean, I've got the rank and the hat and the big long cape that was custom made for me and my height and everything, along with the Imperial uniform, the pants with the thighs that bubble out, the boots, the whole nine. And then I have I have 2 Grey Paladin cosplays and a regular Jedi cosplay with the Jedi robe. And then I have like the gray cloak with white pants, black tunic, and gray tabards, and a gray cloak. And then I have gray tabards with a white tunic and white pants. That goes really well too. I'm really looking for. I would like to do a Moff Gideon cosplay. So I'm thinking about trying to piece that together. I'll probably wait to the winter to do that. But yeah. So I cosplay as myself and as other characters. Yeah, correct. I have made my own cosplay. Actually, I have a whole narrative for my character, who is he's a gray Jedi named Baron Dreist, who actually was served towards the end of the Clone Wars into the Empire, and then went into obscurity and the whole nine. But I also have a Director Krennic cosplay, and I'm like, again, I want to try to do a Moff Gideon. I mean, I have the mustache already, so. Yeah, I just think Grey Jedi is definitely the way to go, because I mean, I really I believe in the Jedi Code, but I think there's a lot of flaws there. But I like the passion of the Sith, and I also like the idea, the concept of not boxing yourself into a certain way of life. So the gray just really seems to suit me really well. I'm kind of always in the middle. And same with political. Politically, I'm in the middle too, so I'm a moderate for sure. Yeah, I think Moff is. He has a sweet uniform. I like the black cape on the outside, but the red lining on the inside, and yeah, with the armor. Yeah, Moff Gideon's cool. Yes, I do, Spectre. I've got that. Got it right here. So yeah, if you want to shoot me an email, graypaladin.sabers@gmail.com, or we can just continue on the Facebook message, and I can get this out to you. Yeah, same price. And actually, I'll give you a close-up since you're interested in it. I don't have a lot of pictures. I did new pins on this and touched up the black on the inside. I tried to polish it the best I could and sanded it too. Like I said, I didn't completely finish it, but you said you're looking to do your own custom work to it. I did buy new rubber grips down here, so those are new as well. And it has the D-ring on the bottom. It will include the brass pin blade plug as well.
Where did that come from?
I ordered that secondhand on Facebook, and he told me, in the beginning, like, yeah, this is pretty beat up. I said, it's okay. I want to work on it. I want a project, and I started on it, but I didn't completely finish it. When I first got this, it was a hot mess. It was really bad. But like I said, I got new parts on there, and I really sanded it and kind of buffed it out the best I could. But I didn't get a polish on it yet, so you can still see that it's probably not showing up because of the light, but you can see there's still some flaws here and down there. But Spectre was looking at picking this up because he wanted one that wasn't pristine because he wants to do his own install and work on it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, my for some reason my webcam and in StreamYard just stopped cooperating, and
it's okay. It was a GP show for a little while there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Scott was gone. I'm like, all right, here we go. Let's do this.
You handled it. You handled it gracefully.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my right side. Baby, my heart's on fire. Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my baby. Hello, red dog cow.
What do you have? What do you have?
Wait, Butch? Yeah, sure.
After I was watching, I saw something on Instagram. It was from Solo. He had just done somebody a scrap flex. Like when I finally dive into getting me one installed and stuff, I think that's where I'm gonna go.
I've seen some pretty nice scrap flexes. Because this Hilt in general, nice. I think it looks cool, but I don't like it because the first time I held one, I said no. I can't do this.
I like the top part. I like the bunny ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the control box wasn't so big, or if it was just lower, I'd be all about it. But the scrap flexes kind of get rid of all the things that I don't like about it. So I'm usually on board with a scrap flex. But this, I don't like it.
Zach, but I mean, in love with the Ray Flex there.
That one's nice. I have to admit, it's nice. It's got everything that you want. It's got the low profile, little box thing, and then one of the T grips is actually a belt grip. So it's probably if I was gonna get a scrap flex, or if I was gonna get a Graflex, that's probably the one that I would want. Something similar.
If I got a scrap flex, I like to get something a little bit steampunky, kind of like that Starfall threw together, or
oh man,
what's that
Starfall? I would love to get my hands on one of his.
What's it called, like Galactic Space Junk, or what? It's something like that. There's
Watto's
Junkyard.
No, this is a different company. This is a different company. They call themselves something Space Junk. I wish I could remember.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and every time I see one of their hilts, it's so intricate, and they've got so many things. I don't know if you saw. There's this huge channel where there's a kid and his dad. And they got some Divinium custom sabers. They cost $800 each, and they're kind of like that. They're kind of junk saber. Yeah, the both of them, each of them got their own hilt. They are two of the most beautiful hilts ever seen, fully installed, and really unique. And They look like
And Scott, when are you gonna like dress up that wall and start hanging those suckers so we can all see them in your videos? I think that'd be really cool.
No,
Because-
I
Like,
told you,
I don't know if you ever saw
warehouse.
like Hex.
They're in his warehouse.
His videos, he had like on the wall behind him. Like you gotta start mounting those suckers so you can see that.
if
this
I did
massive
that, I'd be
monster
skinned
there.
alive, and that'd be my last video, and then they'd all be thrown out.
So just make sure you write Gray Paladin in your inheritance there, so I can pick up all those sabers.
Nah, because Isaac's got to show up, and he'll.
Isaac's
gonna
always
steal them all?
Isaac is always lurking behind Paradigm's warehouse.
He's a great
It's
robber.
Like, it's like where's the door? Wait for security to
No,
swap
he's a
out.
carpetbagger. There we go. He's a carpetbagger. He's gonna go in there and take all your sabers.
I think probably of like all my in all seriousness of all my hilts, probably like like a third of them are worth even showing off. The rest of them are just like a hodgepodge of like just weird stuff I picked up. Because I'm the kind of person that would pick up a Ultra Saber stunt saber just because it was like weathered really cool and the person put a wrap on it. Like I've got one that has the whatever.
Well, the three of us are all interesting because Paradigm, he is all about the style of the hilt and finding something unique and one-off, and you're very good at finding those. So you're kind of like the guy that goes to the hole in the wall dive bar. You're off the beaten path when it comes to sabers. Now this guy down here, he's all about something that's going to be dual worthy. If it's comfortable and he can swing that sucker and go all out and not break it, it's going to be in his hands. Hashtag love gang. Me, I'm a bit more, I'm a little more pretentious when it comes to electronics because I know that's not really a huge factor for Paradigm. He doesn't really mind. If it looks good, he's all about it. If it feels good, he wants it. Me, it's like if I see a saber that looks good, if it doesn't have the package on the inside, then I'm not really as interested. But I'm also very practical. Like I like sabers that look good, but if it doesn't look like it's something that I can wield, then I don't want it. So I think we're all interesting, and it's a good collection where we've got style over here, we've got use and practicality down here, and then we have immersiveness of immersion. You're the thesaurus. You know how to pick the right word, but I like to feel immersed in what I'm doing, and if the hilt doesn't have that electronically, then I'm not really as interested.
See, I like the hunt. I like finding something kind of. It's kind of like with that Saber.
You're the T-Rex. You don't want to be fed.
Yeah. Once I saw that Saber, I was just kind of like, you know what? I knew I was gonna buy it. Once I saw it, I was just kind of like, I'm ready for another Vader's Vault. And just kind of like something about a Vader's Vault. Their hilts are very, very slim, very.
Yeah, which I like.
Each one's kind of, I have the Revan Elite. I have my Ardent, and both of them just have like Crystal Shard 4.5, I think. And I've been wanting to get a Vader's Vault that actually had like a smooth swing equipped, soundboard. This one just happened to have the CFX. I like that it wasn't Neopixel. I didn't want another Neopixel. I wanted a baselit because I just wanted to get myself like a $40 Vader's Vault blade, slide that thing in there, and I'm done. And I got something that I can like just bash around if need be, kind of like my Creed. And if I ever get a chance to, whenever I fly up to go and kick the living crap out of Shannon and Blake, give them a beat down. Because those arrogant little bastards, they
bring it on, son.
They need to be.
Hey, maybe. Hey, there was a video that I commented on some time ago, and I said that I would gladly go into battle with you anytime. So, if I need to fly across the pond here and back up my boy Scott, I will do that in a duel.
Yeah,
we can make this happen.
He needs you because me and Kodak are gonna smash Lord Paradigm.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like all your
Well,
sabers,
okay.
He won't be alone.
all your sabers
Maybe
are
not.
broken and crap. They're like, what are you
Great
gonna fight?
paladin
Oh,
will come out of hiding.
Don't you worry. The Vectra is in Malaysia. She is getting rebuilt, and she will be on the way back very soon. So
Okay, well, I need to pack my Saber bag with a few items, and I need to come there and back up my Bushido friend over here.
So Greg, which
I'll
which
tell you
one
right
of us
now.
is which one of us is gonna snap his Vectra?
no, Paradigm, you're getting the staff, and I will not be. I will not be taking a hand off so you can break it. It's gonna be.
Well, I need to get some Saber Chucks then.
If you get some Saber Chucks, I wanna.
No, saber trucks are stupid.
Dude, I think the concept is awesome, but it's done wrong. The way the POC store sells it, you're holding the blade.
Saber, yeah.
Yeah, they need to do it the other way, where the part that's on the chain, it needs to be more of a hilt, and then you give me a slight blade outside of that.
Have you seen my Bruce Lee uses lightsabers video? I found a video where there's two of them. There's two different ones. And somebody edited a video where like he's got like lightsabers and all of his weapons. And there's this one where he's doing the nunchucks, but it's the chuck and then the saber starts at the end. So he's doing all this with the hilt part. So he's not touching the blade. And it looks cool. It looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, you're like, to actually use that in real life, you have to be so skilled not to fuck yourself up.
I was gonna say, like, he can just completely lob off your limbs, and because usually when you're doing that, you're hitting like your rib cage for some of that.
Yeah.
So
one wrong move and you're slicing yourself.
You're done.
Half.
You're done.
Taking an arm off, a hand, a foot, a kneecap, something's going.
Yeah. They're no match for droid, cuz.
Yeah, no match.
I just wanted to say, Isaac, yes, I've seen the aggressive negotiation saber. It's really nice. It's very pretty. You guys are familiar with that one? It's kind of.
I thought
Vader's Vault
some time ago.
negotiations.
But speaking of that, have you? Because Vader's Vault earlier, not too long ago. Oh, for me it's yesterday. For you, it's like a few hours ago today. But Vader's Vault released the art in second generation. And that
I saw that. They really kind of beefed that up. They added they elongated it, and they kind of really did a number on the handle there. There's a lot more detail to it.
I mean, if it wasn't the Sovereign, I would probably go for that. That would be my second choice. What they offer, and I would really like a Vader's Vault. I would one, too, but man, I can't afford it, and two, I don't want to wait a year to get it.
Yeah, waiting a year. Yeah, that's why I like buying things secondhand, is because you're gonna end up spending like $200 or $300 less. I don't mind getting a slightly older soundboard, and you get the thing like however long it takes the person to mail it to you, and it's like that. I can't do what Sems did, like 13 months for a.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's rough. That's brutal.
And every time he does,
I don't even know where I'm going to be in 13 months. My address might change in 13 months. It's like, come on.
He's got PTSD. The poor guy, he just stops. He freezes the camera. Goes in. You can see his face. He's got the 1,000-yard stare. He looks like he's been to hell and back. Like he's seen some fighting. He's seen some action. And I'm just kind of like,
way, Scott. Hopefully you're not gonna have to wait too much longer for this bad boy. This is this is you all over it, man.
That's gonna be kind of like sort of a little bit of a shelf queen for me, because I'd like I don't want to like do anything to it. It's like so pretty, Yeah,
and this was a shelf queen for me too. I have not done anything with this. I have my Dooku doll, and I set this on a stand and next to the Dooku doll, and it just doesn't move. Seriously. And sometimes I pull it out and I'll swing it like a little bit without a blade, and then when I'm done, I put the kill key back in. It goes back on the stand, and I just look at it because it's so beautiful.
My SK is right there. My SK. This thing is just.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, I love that hilt. That's
Yeah,
probably
I remember when you got that one. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite hilts in your collection. I've always loved the Star Killer.
It's just so damn pretty, and I don't want to touch it. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to scratch it. Like, it's not as bougie as Zach's Star Killer because he got his, like
the whole nine.
Yeah, but it's still nice, man.
It's one of my few crystal chamber hilts, and this thing did not really cost me that much. This is probably one of the most economical purchases I ever made, and it just like really stunned me when the person accepted what I offered for it. And the thing's pristine. I mean, it's just got a veteran soundboard. This is worthy of having something a little bit better. But no, this is just for me. I'm never gonna swing this around. It's just meant to look pretty, and now I can say I've got Star Killer, and that's fine.
You have interfered with our affairs for the last time.
But this is the longest I've ever waited for a Saber hands.
What was the total on that one? 6 months?
I'm about to let everyone in on the secret.
Huh?
What was the total wait time on that one?
Like $750. Jeez. Don't worry, I didn't pay for it.
No, I
mean the wait time, the lead time.
Oh, I think I ordered it on March 27th, so it's like when I received it was something like 171 days, so about 5 months, something like that. And during the pandemic and everything, and what are you gonna do? This thing, the blade profiles on this thing are phenomenal. I don't know why. They have I was telling Shannon, they have like 10 different blade profiles on here, and each one's just like is just really stunning. Would you like to hear the sound fonts we got in here, Emery? So Shannon heard this shit, but
I am Katie Jarrus, Jedi Knight.
so I got Blind Knight.
What is that, Shannon?
What kind of lightsaber could you possibly build with the junk we have?
Oh, okay.
That's
Daddy.
I am the Inquisitor.
I love this one.
He's going all rebels. All rebels.
Yeah.
I destroyed him.
Then I will avenge his death.
Dude, that red to white, ooh, that was clean.
Check.
Turn it back on.
All right,
back
yeah,
on.
check this shit out. Watch this.
Yeah, turn it back on. Oh, dude. That's so nice.
And it's like got a purple or like a lilac.
Yeah.
I'm also throwing in this really nice. I made this Neo blade plug, but it has the. I like this blade plug a lot. It just has to go with the Dooku, but it has this this brass like kind of flat pin
cool.
on there. Yeah, with the Neo chip on there. Oh, and I don't even put a blade in the Saber anymore. I just.
And if you order now, you get a free blade plug. All right.
That's right. With the price flashing on the bottom. Order now while supplies last.
At last we will have Apple. Lord Vader. The Emperor will show you mercy if you tell me where the remaining Jedi can be found.
And this is the reverse, Shannon. Watch what this blade
Oh,
does.
it went from white to red?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can program that on stunt sabers as well. You can change the color of and how quickly and how much of that color when you activate or shut down the saber from that stunt sabers.
Aren't we having fun? Aren't these things lovely?
Of course, and I'm about drunk, so that's great. Is
Killing
that,
sand people.
you got a
Killing
trophy
sand
in that?
people. Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought so when I saw you just fire it up.
Now look, this is the
Is that
Cobra
Dark
Daddy.
Wolf or Crimson?
This is the Cobra Daddy. This is from Starlight Sabers.
Oh, okay.
It's an LGT.
Happy
Like-
Friday, Darth Ravens. Good to see you, Zach.
Hey, what's up, Zachary? Yeah, yeah. I got gesture control in this. I got the handpick all 10 sound fonts. I was just trying to support the guys during the May the 4th, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna follow this lightsaber. It's got the Cyberphonic symbol aspect
Juice.
on the hilt.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I got some. See, I'm not a big sound font person. Like, I don't know how to do it that much. I haven't really dove into it, especially with Frothy. And yeah, he put some custom blade profiles on there. So like, I got the. Hold on. This is the shock baton blade style on the Thor's hammer.
Yeah, I have that one on my Reaver, which unfortunately is out of commission right now. I need to contact Saber True and get that fixed. I would do it myself, but I don't want to avoid any warranties. Yeah, I like that fun a lot. You want me to put the hammer down?
Someone needs to get you a real Milner. I think maybe Zach can loan you his. Zach's
but he's not worthy.
Oh,
Who's not worthy?
Oh,
I'm not worthy.
Wow.
Well, I guess we'll have to find that out once we come down there and have a duel, huh?
Oh, dude, I'm so worthy. I'm so worthy. That's it. You're getting the staff too.
Oh, okay, all right. So getting the staff.
He means a staff
Look.
infection. That he doesn't.
No. Look. You better go watch my channel.
I might need to bring a curved hilt so I can have unexpected angles of attack.
Yeah, you do need unexpected angles of attack when I've got two blades coming at your kneecaps.
Okay, it's not how many blades you have, but how you use them.
Watch out! Well, I got two and they're high quality, so double trouble. No, I'm not.
I feel like I'm the only one. Scott has not picked up his glass since we started this thing. At least you showed me your beer, and that's why it's full. Wow, you motherfucker!
Oh shit!
All right, man.
Now, look, I knocked off Blake's glasses.
We're gonna go out to the bar.
He talked a big game. He talked a big game on the last one. Oh, mine's 9.3%. Okay, so I came at him with a 10.5%, and I've already finished the bottle, and he's still farting around with his one glass.
Y'all don't let me go get the liquor.
Yo,
if we talk liquor, I got like 5 bottles of gin ready to go.
Okay, well, I got a bottle of Jack Daniel's honey with my name.
All right, so next stream, we're going liquor. All right.
Oh God, are we? The whole
We're gonna
time?
have to. You pulled it out. You pulled it out.
Okay, but like 45 minutes, I'm gonna be like this.
So what do we do that stream for an hour?
We start doing shots, and I'm gonna be over here laid back, or I'm gonna be going.
That'll be a 1 hour stream. Last man standing.
It's like Jaeger shot.
Oh man, I cannot do Jaeger anymore.
All right.
All those days are over.
I could do tequila shots.
Oh, those days are definitely over.
Like, just line them up.
Zach said he's going on a date night. Might be a third kid in the works.
Oh, Ninja Jedi says we're all not worthy.
Hey now. Ninja Jedi. I'm telling you, when I break out the staff. And if I can't handle it, I run away. No.
Yes, Thor said it, but you quoted it to us. Therefore, you said it to us.
He's like,
No, but yeah, that was a great movie. I have another theory. You're all not worthy. then you get to the last one, and I knew it.
Well, yeah, they teased that. Cap was like, I'll let him have his pride, and I won't pick it up.
That was awesome. Because when he went nuts and said I knew it, I felt the same way. Because I was like, yeah, I felt like he was gonna definitely get that.
He was worthy the whole time. He was like, I'll let you slide there, Thunder God. Because
and I love watching Thor's face when Cap like inches it, and Thor's like,
yeah, he's like, oh shit.
He was like,
did you guys see?
Even later in the movie. Go ahead, Brad.
Did you see the What If as T'Challa? He was Star-Lord.
No,
Yeah,
I have to watch
seen
those. I've seen those Disney Plus, and I have to watch those. I haven't seen them yet, though.
I haven't seen.
Okay, so I don't want to say too much, but
the newest one's Doctor Strange, right? I haven't seen that one yet. So.
I haven't. I've only seen. I haven't seen this week's. I like. Let's see. What was last week's? Okay, so you've got the Captain America one with what's her ass there? What's her name?
Agent Carter.
Agent
What's her ass?
Yeah. I
really like that one.
I liked all of them so far.
Yeah.
It's been great. I mean, I'm really enjoying.
Last week was like all the Avengers got killed.
That one. That's the one. I actually really like that one too. And Disney spoils us. And I've been watching Titans, and that show just like messes with me. And this is just there's a wealth of.
Carry on.
So I work with a dude. He's like the local, like, you know, in my department, he's super conservative. You know, he's the gun guy, but I get along great with him. The guy's like really cool. And we were talking, and I mentioned John Williams because I don't know. It was just. He had no idea what I was talking about. He had no idea who John Williams was, the maestro.
He did not know who John Williams was?
He didn't know who John Williams was. Yeah, it was just... You take for granted some of the knowledge that you just really, expect people to have. And it's just like to not know who John Williams is, who basically created my childhood as far as every single thing that I've ever, loved, every movie I've loved, When I'm explaining to him, like, John Williams, he did the Olympic theme.
I watched Back to the Future 1 and 2 today, and again, that's John Williams. Great.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the guy is God. He's like the GOAT,
I just want to do a quick shout out to Gallus Sabers. He's here. He just logged in on this live stream. Hello there.
Hello there.
I don't know if you've seen his videos, but he did some really nice modifications to his Crimson Dawn Antares, which I thought looked pretty good.
I've seen a lot of the modifications. I think I saw what he did. I mean, it's just like he does it on a budget too, and they look fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah.
They look fantastic. I mean, I don't know. I just do that at work on a daily basis. And then I come home and I'm too tired to oh, wait a minute. I don't want to here.
Look, Ma, no hands.
All right, Emery. It's for you, brother.
I can do that.
Yes. Thank you. Oh, he's catching up.
Bite me.
No, drink me.
Right. All right. Gosh darn it.
My Saber. Break something out. Let's get some blading going.
Oh, let me just make a new font here.
Since a boy to fight me?
Yeah,
Respected General.
but seeing Chadwick Boseman in What If was just like really cool, really heartbreaking.
Oh, I gotta go Plo Koon on this one.
The choice is yours.
This is the Jedi Arctique.
Use of evil skills to learn much from the power of this dark side.
Oh yeah. Dark Jar Jar.
You must be cautious. Stand tall.
You know, I think this is probably my favorite.
You have hate. You have anger. But you don't use them. I think we almost all had the same color blade at one point here. So, guys, if you could only pick, if someone said you could only have one lightsaber sound font, what would it be? I know this is a tough one because there's so many good ones out there.
That's actually kind of easy for me, and I can demo it for you right now.
Okay.
Security.
Cyber
If you can recognize it. Here,
Yes,
listen.
yes. On Battlefront, yeah.
I don't know why, but this is my go-to.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I have that on my Antares. Yeah, that's a good one.
I love the accent swings, the hum.
Which one is that?
This is Battle.
Oh, okay.
Thunder Daddy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It just has this full-throated swings, the accent swings, the hum. It's just,
I like the ignitions. The activations on that are really good. And I play Battlefront too, so just hearing that just really makes you think about the game and wanting to play it. But that's a great sound font. I just feel like it's all encompassing, very generic.
It's well-rounded. It's versatile.
Yes, well-rounded. That's the
And
word.
my natural blade color is blue. This goes blue. And, when I'm practicing at night, it's usually this is the sound font I choose. And I usually choose a really, really, low impact hilt like this. The Mira has really become a stalwart for me. You know what I love anything that hangs off of my saber and dangles and makes noise because I know it annoys the fuck out of people. I like a good D-ring. I'd love to just do a video of me with like dangly things and D-rings and just send it to Zach.
Maybe you can do an ASMR with just dangly shit off of a saber.
Dude,
Let me show you something.
The only reason why I don't like it is because it takes me out of the immersion of the saber because I'm not hearing the sound of the saber. I'm hearing clunking and clunking.
Because these are little things that are sticking off of like lightsabers in canon, and they would be making the same exact sounds if you were wielding the saber. So to me, it's all part of the army. But look at this thing. This one does not move around at it like it can.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's good. But when it's like ting 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 ting, I can't. No.
So
do not
what's
be
what's
weak,
your,
my friend?
so what's your one sound font, Shannon?
I tell you what, you put me on the spot. If I had to choose one at this very moment, it would be the Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, yeah, you know what?
I mean, I love a good classic. I mean,
Now that you say that, I find myself defaulting on that a lot on my Profi Sabers and stuff. Like, I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose one, it's not just because he's my boy, but because I think his saber sound is just perfect and ideal for me, and that is Count Dooku. Like, his ignition, he has that sizzle, but he also has that aggressive bass in it too. And the swings, the hum, like you can hear the aggression in the hum. Like, for me, it's got to be Count Dooku. Like, if I could only choose one, it would be him. Now, my runner-up would be probably The Balance by K-Sith. Now, if you have a runner-up, like what's your runner-ups?
My runner-up would probably be Loth Hero.
Okay.
I really like that sound font.
Yeah, I pretty much keep my Aaron on Loth Hero.
Yeah.
It's either Loth because it's a thin neck. It's either Loth Hero or the Rescue. I love that's my favorite Luke sound font. I think for my second, I kind of go dark side. I am absolutely in love with Evil Fool. I love my Jar Jar sound font.
It is cool. You know, I was thinking about I like the Dark Edition from Saber Trio.
Yeah, I like that one a lot too. I like that one a lot too.
Yeah.
Which one?
Dark
Edition, the Saber Trio exclusive.
Well, all of their like the special ones for Saber Trio are all there's like 3 of them, right?
2,
yeah,
light and dark.
Yeah, light side, dark side, and they're by Casey.
Yeah, they're great. I can't wait to get that Sovereign because I just want to immerse myself in the K-Sith Sovereign sound font. I've heard it. I watched this video, and that sound font just looks it just sounds so.
It's glorious.
It just really has. It ticks all the boxes for me. The thing is like, if there's one, like as far as sound fonts go, when there's certain companies where I like the sound fonts, like that. That Repulse Collectibles Link. He has some really cool sound fonts, and I enjoy them, but they don't really have much in the way of like accent swings. And there's just something about swinging a saber with wild abandon and having it just kind of do that thrunk sound at the end of the swing, where it just does that extra little sound, that flourish, and it's just, oh god, if you can master that and like figure out how to do that, then you're on your way, because I mean that just really that's really for me what I enjoy most, in a sound font. Favorite dark side sound font
for me?
Yeah, well, there's only the 2 of us.
Oh, I didn't know. I wasn't sure if you were reading the comment or what. I kind of like I said, I like the Dark Edition, the Saber Trio exclusive from Casey, but I do also like Savage.
Savage is that's. I'd have to say for me, Believe it or not, it would have to be Savage or Supreme Leader. I love that sound font. Supreme Leader is so cool. It just has that kind of like weird, creepy.
It just sounds evil.
Is that Savage? I can barely hear it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I may even have that on here. I'm not even sure.
Supreme Leader.
I had Supreme Leader.
Oh yeah, play it.
I adore this font. That sound is so terrifying.
Yeah, dude, that's nice.
The thrum. It has accent swings.
Dude, you look like Yoda.
This is like the ultimate sleeper font.
Yeah, dude, I like that one too.
Everyone should have this sound font in their repertoire. Just Supreme Leader. Even if you hate the character and you hate the movies, that sound font is just redeems it. You know.
You know, I kind of like the Kylo Ren sound font too. Like I didn't like it initially, and then it's grown on me. Like I kind of like it.
I'm the opposite. I liked it at first, and then I just felt like LGT just overdid it, and then I just don't really care for it anymore.
I just kind of feel that way about like the whole Kylo Ren cross guard. The whole. I mean, I like the Kylo Ren character. I'm just kind of like everyone's got the Saber or a variant of the Saber, and the sound font is everywhere. And I've just been kind of like overexposed to it. But that being said, this is a conversation that Gray and I were having a couple nights ago when we were doing our practice. We were talking about Saber Trio and potential Sabers that they're coming out with. And, because of the pandemic, they haven't been in any kind of position where they can reliably plan to, reveal or start selling whatever hilts that they have. But I think we were both kind of in agreement that like one of the things that they're definitely going to come out with soon is probably going to be a crossguard hilt.
Yeah.
And I can honestly tell you, if they come out with a crossguard hilt, if Saber Trio comes out with a crossguard, I'm in.
This is General Kenobi.
Yeah.
Ray Skywalker.
How about you?
Fired up, Ray.
Is it really loud? I was trying to cover it up.
It was annoying.
Yeah, it's loud.
Oh, wow. I was like, I'm going to hold this on my thigh so they don't hear it. And I didn't realize you could hear all that. I'm sorry. Like, I am terrible.
Nah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Bad person.
We're all doing it. It's fine.
Well, I never answered my runner-up.
Yeah.
And my runner-up would definitely be Vengeance, because I just feel like that's the font that fits me the most, because Scott was talking about what he likes in a font, but for me, like, I like base and I like very heavy aggressive swings and dark like initiations. However, I feel like every Saber should really get a General Grill font, just because I really enjoy especially Force Effects or Force. Yeah, it's Force Effects now. Yeah, his version of General Krill is the best in my opinion. I mean, just when I hear that fire up, and then when you really spin it, you hear the four double blades going.
Yeah, you can almost hear the betrayal.
Yeah, exactly. And he's the only one that gives you that. Like, K-Sith has a version, I think Kyberphonic has a version, but they don't really hear the spins of like you hear in the series. Yeah. And to me, like that's like Krell all the way when you hear that. And then when you get the I love that. Oh, it's
You're a General Krell fan.
I am. I just think he's a badass character, and he's such an asshole, but it's great. I love it.
I turned into a Jar Jar fan, so I can fuck off too.
No, yeah. You can. Oh man.
What's your most embarrassing font that you like, Shannon?
My most embarrassing font that I like?
Yeah.
Oh, Jolie Bindo's a great character.
I don't think I have one that's embarrassing that I like.
What? You didn't go over my helmet?
No. Dude, have you heard that sound font? Somebody has.
Yeah, it's great. I need to pick that up. I've been needing to buy that one, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of like off-universe shit. Okay,
Lone Star, we meet at last for the first time for the last time.
Oh, I hate when I get my Schwartz twisted.
Okay, if you step here, ah! Yeah, most embarrassing font that I like. I don't know if I have an answer for you.
No, I don't.
Schrodner cat? No.
No, that's some dumb shit. I'm sorry. Whoever made that, stop. You're fired. No. I mean, I know there's lots of people who like it, but I don't care for it.
Lord of Pain. Is anyone
Okay,
familiar with that?
maybe. What about Gray Meat?
Great dude. If I had to think about it like a stereotypical lightsaber sound, it's got to be Gray Meat. Gray Meat is a great sounding sound font. And I really need to get the new updated CFX Saber Trio configuration because I want a smooth swing Gray Meat.
I may have it on here. I may have it.
I hope my Vectra comes like that. So
Yeah, I think once you get yours back, I think they're going to update you. They're going to set you up.
This is General Crystal Factor.
Here we go. Well, hello. Don't.
Yeah, to me, that sounds like stereotypical Jedi lightsaber. Like I like it.
I go yellow on
that. That almost makes me want to change my runner-up. Like what? If I could only pick one font, yeah. Because I forgot that that's smooth swing now.
Yeah, there's one of those that it's really cool for swing. Well, it's one of the old Republicans. I don't remember which one it is. There's two. There's an old Republic Crucible. There's an old Republic
Crucible, yeah.
One of those is really cool. I just don't remember which one it is. I don't like to move it. Paladin. I mean, Paradigm. Paradigm. So, find those. the old Republicans on the CFX. The Saber Trio.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
What are you asking?
You talking to me?
Grab one of your Saber Trios or the CFX, whatever. And,
Saber Trio.
Okay, yeah. The Old Republic, the Crucible, or then there's another one. Which
okay,
one
yeah, that should be on here.
Camino.
Force Unleashed 2 Camino. Is that it?
Yeah, that one or the other
Crucible?
one. I'm not sure which one it is, but yeah. Go ahead and do that one. That might be it. What about the other one? Try the other one. I can't remember which one I liked better.
I think it's this one.
Yeah, I think it's that one. The darker side form. And then the blaster.
Hey, Emery, why don't you update your sound fonts, man?
You know,
Take 5 minutes and just do it.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I need to, and I haven't yet, and I need to do that. I really do. But I can tell you why is because my Reaver has always been like my sound font Saber, and that's kind of down right now, and that's why I haven't really done anything else. And I don't do it on my. You have the Saber, you know. I don't do it on my Vanquish because it's too hard to get in there to crack it open to do all that stuff. So it's a hassle, so I just haven't done it on anything else.
Okay, I've lost track of the.
Mara Jade Hilt from Ultrasabers. That's the
What's the Mara
Emperor's
Jade?
hand, right?
Oh, is that the Emperor's hand?
That's the Emperor's hand.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You know, for all the shit talk that we've put up against Ultrasabers, I really like the Emperor's hand. It's one of my favorite hilt designs from Ultrasabers.
Yeah, they've got a couple of good hilts, good looking hilts.
They
I mean,
definitely do.
like their normal run of hilts is they're not that chunky. They're exactly the same size as Saber Trio. Because I can put this semi Saber Trio to the cover. So like their version of hilts, like that like the first. Third.
Yeah, they're just not very attractive to me. But I mean,
No. They're not very attractive at all.
Here,
But they are practical. They are practical though. Like when you want to hold that and do something with it, but yeah.
I do have a thing for the prophecy.
Prophecy. Yeah, I do too. Actually, I like that one.
I like the prophecy, and I would also buy the.
It's a practical Graflex style hilt.
Yeah, I would.
There you go.
I would
There's
also
a
buy.
comparison for you.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, I think Ultrasaber Spectre is not bad too. I think theirs is.
Yeah, no, it's not
They
bad.
really,
I got one of those too.
and I was.
Oh, you have a Spectre? Okay.
Yeah, I got a Spectre.
The LGT version of this hilt, it ticks all the boxes. It has all of these elements. I mean, it's really, really quite similar to this. I mean, obviously this thing is sort of like meant to be, you know, like the ultimate sort of replica of Kanan Jarrett's hilt, and it accomplishes that. But you know, on a budget, you can get the LGT version for like, you know, like a third of what I paid for this thing, and I think that would be just fine. They did a really fine job on that.
Speaking of LGT versions, I feel like they're doing much better, but their prices are going up. Like some of those sabers I saw, like, oh, I would like to get that, and then I go to checkout and I'm like, I don't want to pay that.
Yeah, but a lot of that is just, you know, like if you go to the LGT, you know, site on AliExpress, the prices are considerably lower than what you see from a lot of the resellers. I mean, I do like Dark Wolf, but I feel like some of the prices are just sort of like
I think of all of them. I think Crimson Dawn is legitimate on their prices, but I feel like Dark Wolf charges just a skosh more than they should. No, so Galif, the Ultrasabers Crimson Scorpion, is that their curved hilt or their attempt at a curved hilt? It's not really curved, but
the Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Here, hold on. Is the Mantis?
Oh, the Mantis. Okay, that's the curved
Mantis.
one. Oh, you have that on hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Right
what do you
here.
think? What do you think of that one? It looks like it's.
I love it. I really like this hilt, and I mean, it's not really. I mean, it's a glove gang kind of hilt. You see these little thingies here? They kind of like they're a little bit. You can't really. I mean, if you tried to get in there with a Dremel, you're just gonna ruin the look. So you just kind of have to watch out for them. But I don't know. I mean, I've always been quite fond of this hilt. This thing has the emerald driver, and I didn't
wanted one.
and I didn't really pay too much for it. It's like permanently set for a white blade, and no, I love this thing. I will never get rid of it. It doesn't have any power right now. It's just kind of like a shelf queen. But I mean, as far as a curved hilt saber, it's not really perfect. But I mean, at least it's got the curve, which is more just a bend where it belongs. Like,
and I like that the switch is right at the bend too.
Yeah, and the switch has to be here. I mean, it ticks all the boxes. Plus, everything comes apart. You can mix and match. I mean, it comes apart here, comes apart here. This thing unscrews from here. There's a sleeve. This is a section. That's a section. This comes apart. That comes apart. I mean, you can mix and match. If there's anything that Ultrasabers could like really, if they played it up and they marketed themselves better, it's the compatibility between their hilts. They could really kind of do sort of like a Kyber Light / LGT thing where like you can mix and match and make customs, and
they would never do that because they would make less money. They would never do that because they want you to spend the money.
Yeah, but no, this is a really good. It's a beast. It's like huge, but
yeah, it looks
not very heavy, and
I think with the claws would just be too much.
Yeah, I don't really like the claws. I do have the claws, but I just like the plain emitter with these little openings, and they got all these like little windows here, and there's a lot of details. It's nice. I like it. It's one of my favorite.
I wish Saber Shooter would do a curved hilt.
It definitely looks better without the claws. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I think Saber Shield's got a cross guard and a curved hilt, probably because they were going to unleash one like right before the pandemic hit. And they were like, we changed our mind. We're just going to hold off. So they may have.
Yeah, I messaged them about that, and they says no, a curved hilt would be too difficult and blah blah blah. And I thought, oh okay, but I heard rumors that they were planning a curved hilt. Maybe they were just saying no because they weren't ready for it yet and they didn't want the buzz to get out. But I would very much like to see them do a curved hilt, and I would probably buy that in a heartbeat.
Their chassis is going to be weird.
I just want to address Thrash Dude and just say I still do have my Warglaive, and the Warglaive is a really nice hilt. I like that one. Are you guys familiar with the Warglaive? It's basically
it
has like the claws that come up and
it kind of like
very long,
thin, and it sort of like gets a little bit wider towards the end with a pommel attached to it. That's a very nice hilt. I mean, Ultrasabers, they do have some really nice hilts. They've got some, I mean, whatever. The issue is the electronics and the marketing and the owner, and
Dude, I would love to have. I would love to have an Omen with like CFX or something.
That would be awesome. No.
Was that Thundercats? That's Thundercats.
Thundercats.
No. Oh! Ultra Sabers. Oh! Remember this video he did on that? Ultra Sabers. Oh!
What about?
So stupid.
Hold on, though. Now that you said that, Gray, what about a sword of power hilt? How would you stop it like right there where the little holes are, and then just
oh man. I mean, it'd be pretty sweet either way, but yeah.
Hey, speaking of the Sword of Omens, I'm assuming that everyone here watched Thundercats, the original Thundercats, right? Sure. Do you remember when the Sword of Omens fought Excalibur? and the two swords were like flying around the area, shooting blasts at each other, and eventually Excalibur won. Excalibur stabbed the Eye of Thundera and basically like robbed all the Thundercats of their power, and then they had to spend like the next episode basically trying to figure out a way to like repair and rejuvenate the Eye of Thundera. It was a really, really cool story arc. I don't, yep, maybe no one remembers it, but
I think I do kind of remember that a little bit.
I don't remember a single episode. It's been so long, man.
I've never really had an interest in buying the Ultrasaber Sword of Omens. It's just it's too big and cumbersome, and it's just, the price. But like to have like an actual like replica, like an actual like functional sword, or like a live sword with like a replica of the Eye of Thunder in it would be great. I mean, that's just like one of those, childhood sabers. It's kind of like owning, like something from Lord of the Rings or from Game of Thrones. Just like swords of, swords of the ages. Yeah. And then I stopped talking, and everyone just kind of sits there and looks.
Listen, I was actually thinking, I was like, you know what, if I could have like a sword from some sort of, whatever. I was like, what would I really, really want? I would love to have the sword that Trunks has in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
It's just it's nothing immaculate. It's just a regular sword. But I was thinking, what else would I like to have? I would love to have
sword belongs to what's his ass? You remember the guy with his little brother, and there was the monster. I can't remember.
Yeah, Tapion.
Tapion, yeah.
Tapion.
So you seen that movie, right? That was a great movie. I love that character. Yeah. And you get to see how like Trunks got his sword, and then at the end, like like he's got like the monster in him. I forget what the monster's name was. He's like holding it in his body, and he's trying to tell Trunks to kill him with a sword, and Trunks just couldn't do it. And eventually, Goku defeated it with Super Saiyan 3 with the Dragon Fist.
Yeah. I can't remember the enemy's names. Some with an H, right?
Yeah.
I can't.
Sorry, I'm yawning. It's getting
and then I was thinking I would love to have Blade's sword.
Yeah.
Is it good, Scott? We heard you slurping.
You know what?
Are you done? Are you done?
Good.
Are you done?
What is it? You're a mean drunk.
Hardly.
The thing is like I've got swords. I always have a sword within reach.
Or is that a katana?
Yeah, this one, however, this one's a training katana.
So
it's completely. It's got like it doesn't have a real hamon. It's got what they call an aesthetic hamon, which is kind of just like a chintzy sort of imitation of a hamon, which is a hamon is usually created because in the process of creating a curved hilt, they put different values of mud like on the blade. They kind of coat the surface and then they do a little bit of a pattern. And then when they heat up the blade and cool it, it's what causes the curve effect in a katana's blade. And but on this thing, it's just an aesthetic one because this is just sort of like I said, meant to be a training sword.
Mm-hmm.
I bought this because I had actually injured myself. I actually severed a tendon while practicing. I was just too tired, and I was doing a technique that involves kind of sheathing the sword in a very unique way, and I ended up severing the tendon on right here, this knuckle.
Ouch.
And so that's what got me into lightsabers, was trying to find an alternate way to practice.
A little less lethal.
Yeah, a little less lethal. And then, of course, you have a katana like this. This is called a he. It's basically, they call it a blood groove, but it's not really meant to get rid of blood. It actually just decreases the weight of the blade and makes it more. It makes it a lot easier to handle. And of course, you've got your habaki. You've got your suba. This whole thing, Tatsuka, and
so you don't really practice with
what's that?
Anymore. So you don't really practice with that anymore.
Oh no, I do.
Lightsaber. Oh, you do. Okay.
Oh yeah, I've got some pretty decent cutting skills, but I mean the thing is like most of my katanas are live sword, and I don't practice with those. But this one's actually a little bit on the heavy side, and I enjoy lightsabers more. But I do practice.
This one's got one too. I feel left out right now. I can go down to the kitchen and pull out a butcher knife or something.
You don't have a katana? The hell's
don't.
wrong with you, man?
I know. I've wanted one. I've wanted one, but I never picked one up.
Every man should have a katana.
For me, katana is like I've always kind of felt it's hard to explain, but it's always been part of me, like something I needed. I
had a katana before I had a lightsaber, so
I don't know. I'm a weird guy. What can I say?
Bet you are.
We
all are.
Y'all are here because we love Witcher.
You have to be to make it in this biz.
Listen, in this world,
a little bit nerdy, eh?
Yeah, a bit nerdy, eh? Oh man!
if you're not like a complete nutcase in this world that we live in right now, I mean,
You will be.
seriously,
True that.
every day you turn on the news, you're just like, who did what now? Why? Really?
You have to be
How'd they
some
get
kind of
away
a
with
nut to do the
No one
shiny
cared?
intro mixed in with lightsabers. Padawans.
The thing is, this thing, the clock is ticking on humanity. Let's just have fun now. What the hell did you just do? You teleported. You were like back there, and then all of a sudden you're like right. I don't know what kind of skills you have, man. He's a witch.
Master Paladin. There are too many of them.
What are we going to do? More witches.
You need to be doing a. Yeah, I mean, Japanese culture is definitely
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just answering.
fascinating.
It's kind of like when you understand it, when you've known, like I've had so many Japanese friends, like actually from Japan that was going to school here, and I got to witness them, and they're just obviously they're just human like anybody else, but they have like they come to America and they try to adapt, and it doesn't really always work so well. But like when you understand the history of Japan and you understand like the samurai culture, and then you start to look into people like Miyamoto Musashi and like a lot of the characters of lore from that country, and then you just see, and I'm also kind of like, well, this, Emery, I'm like fascinated with World War II.
Yeah,
and the
likewise.
history of that conflict and the socio-political, how that all occurred and how the Japanese played into it and the Germans and the Italians and how that was just sort of like a war that was meant to be, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And you just like, I don't know. It's just like if it's good that like his son has a sense for another culture, because that just leads to being interested in more cultures. Because I just find myself at this point in my life, I've known people from so many different countries. Maybe that's why you and I get along so well, is because you're living in Europe, and I'm just kind of thinking, I could easily live in Europe if I could just get past the language barrier. But the thing is like, as far as the cultural aspect goes, I've always been fascinated by other cultures.
Yeah, me too.
America is just kind of a hodgepodge of everything that was already there, kind of thrown into a melting pot.
But I will say, having experienced German society and now Belgian society, I do appreciate American culture, and I didn't really see it as a culture until you're on the outside looking in, and I see how it functions, and then I think the American way of life is very good compared to different. It's a different pace, a different thing. I wouldn't necessarily say better. Some things are easier, but some things are also easier in the European style.
It's just the recent, the divisions in our country have become so profound. And the lack of forgiveness for people that have different opinions regarding things, because like there's plenty of people that my system of beliefs, what I believe in, what I kind of how I understand the world, differ greatly from like so many people that I know in my daily life. But I don't know, there has to be an accepting and a love between people, regardless of those differences, because they're so, in the great scheme of things, they're just unimportant, because we're all just these like organisms trying to survive in this really, really increasingly hostile world.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can't get along with each other, I mean, if you're gonna like hate someone because they're like a Trump supporter, or if you're gonna hate me because I'm an atheist, or you're gonna hate this person because they're transgender, it's just like, in the end, when it comes down to brass tacks, when there's a disaster and shit's really hitting the fan, and you gotta like see who's got your back, you're going to find that people forget all of that shit regardless, and they're going to be like doing everything they can to save and help each other. That's human nature. If you can forget about the peacetime idiosyncrasies that you have, the shit that really grinds your gears, and you can realize that, holy crap, none of that really affects my daily life at all, I'm going to let that go. And instead of like dwelling on hate, I'm going to dwell on love. It really makes life so much fucking easier, Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So endeth the rant.
Oh man, I'm thinking about your Yoda now after you said so.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, dude.
Yoda's in the mantises.
Explain to me, you will. Explain.
Oh man, I have to find that video, and I'm going to comment on it with the timestamp again, just so you know what I'm talking about. It's so hilarious.
Very good mind of Pops.
Oh goodness. Well, I remember I said a hard 8, and now here we are at like 8:42. So I'm going to wrap it up here for myself, and this is also, of course, always been a pleasure. We'll have to do this again sometime.
It was weird. You can host the next one as far as.
Oh, I have to figure out more technology. I don't know.
Yeah, it was actually kind of not too bad. It's just kind of like, I don't want to be responsible for keeping an eye on the on the chat and and I don't want to have to be responsible for making sure that howdy.
Howdy.
I don't want to have to keep Darth Pepsi happy. I don't know if we've got an empath, but we're no longer.
Well, I will try to.
Okay,
I will try to host the next one, and I'll figure it out. And you and I can FaceTime, and you can help me out. Help me figure it out and stuff. But
I wish that Isaac could have showed up, but he kind of.
know what happened. What happened to Woodruff? He didn't want to show his face.
He said he had to work, and then
you know
He
what?
was commenting the whole time.
It's a front. It's a front. He's actually at Paradigm's Vault right now, swiping the sabers.
He is, yeah.
You know,
Well,
while he's distracted.
Oh my God! I've been stolen, Scoop. What are we gonna do?
You've been had, my friend. You've been had.
And what was I gonna say? Yeah, and John said, John had he had signed on, but he couldn't make it, and it's just sort of like, I mean, I probably could have found more people, but I wanted to start small like this. I wouldn't want to manage like too many.
I think for is healthy. When you start getting more people, everyone's just talking over each other, and we were already doing that now with 3. So, this is probably much better. Thanks, Gallup. It was great having you join us this time. It was really cool. We did these one of these before, and so it's always nice to see some familiar faces pop up.
I probably could have invited some people on, and but yeah, whatever. I don't know about you, Shannon. Are you gonna go check out Mid Ohio Jedi Orders stream now?
Yeah, I'll probably look at it. I've got some shit I got to do around the house.
I got some shit.
I'll probably just I'll turn it on and listen to it. Some stuff.
I can't really be up too late because my best friend wants to go to the Cheesecake Factory tomorrow. She's been jonesing.
Yes.
And it's in West Hartford. It's kind of like, you can't just go. You have to it's a project for the day, But we haven't gotten a chance to hang out because she, one of her friends had her second child, and she was off babysitting last weekend, so I didn't get to see her, and it was kind of whatever. But you got to spend time with your friends, especially when they're dear to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, enjoy the rest of your eating.
Why is it that
gentlemen?
you guys always staring at me?
But before I kill you with more of my yawning, it's been real. Thank you very much, and until next time.
All right, my friend. I'm sure I'll talk to you later.
Absolutely. Good night, friends.
Take care, brother. And then there was 2.
Only 2 there. No more.
No less. Who was the master? Who was the apprentice? I think we know. I'm twice your age, dude. I'm old.
Okay, look, if you can teach me Force Lightning, I will gladly be your apprentice.
What the fuck did I watched a video today where it was it was Revan, and he's fighting some Jedi chick and her guard, and the guy that was playing Revan, he's trying to teach this chick. This is a video from 2017. It's just a fan-made video, and the Revan character is shooting Force lightning at the guard who had been injured, and he's on the ground. He's killing him, and he's telling the Jedi, you got to use whatever powers are available to you, whether or not they're palatable to you or you agree with them. You got to use all of the tools at your disposal. You've got to learn to unify the Force. He's trying to teach her while he's fighting her in combat. He had defeated her and disarmed her of her weapon. And she actually was just what do I do? What do I do? He's killing my friend. And she just used Force lightning on Revan. And Revan just turned around and deflected with his lightsaber and was he was so pleased. And he's just you've learned a valuable lesson. You were able to use this skill, and it didn't break any of the covenant of the Jedi. and you're still like you're basically a good person, but you've become more powerful. And it was just kind of like, holy shit, that was like kind of cool.
Dude, send me that video.
Oh shit, if I can even remember where I found,
Just
it was
go
almost,
back in your how long ago has it been since you watched it?
I'll like after I get on here, I'll probably
I say if it's
yeah,
only
I'll
like
have
a
to
day
do
or
it,
two,
look
it
in the
might still
history.
be- yeah.
It was just kind of cool. I mean, the fighting itself wasn't that great, but like I just like how he like handed the saber back to her, and he was like, I have no intention of killing you. I just wanted you to learn that there's like more to being like a force user than being either a Jedi or a Sith. Because he was like, I'm not Sith, because he had been using his red blade, and then he just said he had told her after he was like disarmed, I am not Sith, and he pulled out his purple blade Jedi saber and started fighting them. And I just thought that was like, I like the complexity of a character that like a Vegeta. Like you and I kind of like the same kind of characters. They're not like, even if you think about Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, like I no longer think of Darth Vader as just like an evil character. I think of him as a tragic character that kind of like went down a path and lost everything that he loved, and just like, and that was all set up to just basically put him in this position. Like Darth Maul said, he was groomed to be in that position.
Yeah.
And it's tragic. And then like, you're watching him when he's fighting Ahsoka, and he gets this mass damage, and he's just like, and you could see him looking at Ahsoka and his past, and just like kind of he's like refusing to find himself, and she's like not gonna abandon him. And then right up until the very end, when Vader like saves Luke, and you realize how complex a character he's probably one of the greatest fictional characters of all time. Like that, and it was fleshed out wonderfully by Lucasfilm, and by Clone Wars and everything.
Have you seen the concept art for Kenobi?
No, but I've been watching the making of The Mandalorian season 1, finally catching up on a few of those things. But
there's an artist rendering of Anakin outside the suit. So he's got like the.
I saw the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm so hyped for that show.
That show's going to be really probably seminal in the whole Star Wars continuity, I think. Why is your puppy flipping out?
I don't know. I can't see him. He's probably just like, hey, you son of a gun, get here and feed me.
It's probably something like that. Oh, here. This is a question for you. Boom.
Oh, when will I get back to Vectra? Okay,
there we
go. The broken Vectra is in Malaysia right now. So I messaged them and I was like, hey, what can I expect? My new one. And they were like, well, we can't give you an exact time frame, but hopefully it will be done by the end of this week. So hopefully
that would be awesome.
The finishing touches. So maybe I'll get it next week, or maybe the week after that. So hopefully not too much longer.
That's really great that they're kind of like going the extra mile to make sure you get your shit back as soon as possible.
Yeah.
What's really cool? It's like I know of like at least 3 people that are getting Senzas. Like Zach has a Zenza on order.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have like all these like friends that have the Senza now. And that's kind of like, yeah. That Hilt, that thing is so hard to put down. It just feels so good. It's just like, it's almost like holding that saber is almost like it's too much pleasure. It just feels wrong.
It's like no, a little longer.
like, you know, I hold this and I'm like, this is my Mira, and I love my Mira, but it's holding the Senza is just like you go from like, you're like, oh, this is pretty good to, you know, you get that like weird shiver like down your spine, and you're just like, oh my, and you start, hello, baby, you know.
Do you not feel that way about the Spectre that you just got?
Actually, the thing with the Spectre is it's almost too bougie. Like
How dare you?
the thing is like you hold it like this, and you hold it like this, and I don't like to touch this because it's like so nice, you know, it's so pretty, and I just kind of like. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love this thing because I literally own Kanan Jarrus's hilt. You know what I mean? And it's almost like I have like there's just, you know, my respect and my awe for that character. I mean, I watched a reaction compilation of his death a couple days ago. And emotionally I can't handle Kanan's death. And I'm like, hey, dude, it's a fictional character. He doesn't think, yeah, but Freddie Prinze Jr. is real. And then like I just saw a picture of like him and Sarah Michelle Gellar on they're like when they got married, they posted a picture because like I follow both of them because I'm like sick, you know. I'm like, I can't just like a character. I gotta follow the actor and the actress that's married to him, and it's just like, you know. But anyway, yeah, this thing's just like it has its idiosyncrasies.
If you don't want to touch it, just become a member of the glove
Tell
gang.
me where the remaining Jedi can be found.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, just become a member of the glove gang so you can handle it at all times.
Yeah, I don't really believe in gloves unless it's like to protect my hands from damage. I don't really get, you know, it's like if you're gonna worry about getting the Saber dirty, it's just like you might as well not even own them. It's just like lighten up.
Yeah.
These things are meant to be handled and played with. They're gonna get dirty. Just like get
I
yourself.
don't think I've ever cleaned off. I've never cleaned off any of my Sabers.
It's just one of those things that triggers me. It's like people that get like all bent out of shape because their Saber's gonna get like fingerprints
Well, I
on
mean, I pretty much duel with everything that I own.
I know, like
I mean, that's the whole reason I buy them. It's because I like to.
They're meant to be played with. They're meant to be handled, and it's like nope. I've got to make sure that I've got my gloves on because if I touch them, then they might get dirty. And it's
Well,
just like,
I think the whole thing about that is if you get the nickel plating or the chrome plating, they are fingerprint magnets. So I could see you not wanting to have them just smudged. I could see that.
yeah.
But none of mine have got that finish. So
I mean, this thing, I don't ever really want to get scratched or damaged. So this,
right.
I'm not gonna wear gloves, but I got baby it. But then there's like I don't know. It's just like. You know, the thing is I don't like chrome on Sabers.
Yeah, see, I'm not a big fan of that.
Chrome.
I mean, they look fantastic, but I just don't think that I would.
But I just can't like picture like a real Jedi having chrome like this. See this, all of this is just like kind of like it's almost like Saber Trio's mirror finish in a way. It's just highly polished, highly refined, kind of aluminum, and it doesn't really like if it gets a little bit dirty, like yeah, just kind of little spit and polish takes it right off, and it's like clean, and it's not really like a fingerprint magnet. My main concern is like this thing right here. I actually like I dropped something, and it just had to happen. Like the day that I owned this thing, like I had it kind of like off to the side, and I walked by it, and something fell off like a plate. It was like a fork, and it just dinged this a little bit, and it kind of like made a little mark, which you can see here. And it's just like, well, that's like.
Oh yeah, so you probably
yeah.
I just got this damn thing. I already put
Yeah, exactly. But you have to learn to let those things go because it doesn't affect the functionality of the Saber at all, and the functionality is just like sublime. if there's one thing that this saber has that's kind of like a little bit of a interesting personality quirk is when you take off the pommel and you take the chassis out, something about the switch, you have to actually push down on the switch and then push the chassis in to a certain point and then put the pommel on, because if you don't, it inhibits the switch a little bit. And it's just like a weird little design quirk, but it's not like a installation flaw. It's just sort of like one of those things you have to deal with, because the chassis is like all through here, and you can actually just remove the whole thing. This actually unscrews like up here too, and just reveals wires. It's just kind of like, this is such a practical saber, for what it is. I don't know what my mind had in it when I ordered it, but like what I ended up getting was like, this isn't something that you get from Vader's Vault or like most saber companies. This is like a practical lightsaber, and it's a 100% accurate replica of what Kanan Jarrus had or would have had if he existed. And it just feels 100% real, to the point where it's almost like it kind of, you kind of get placated. You kind of go like, well, there you go. I got my lightsaber now, and big deal. It's hard to explain. Like, I'm glad I own it, but I don't want to like use it too much, because I don't want to like thrash the thing.
Well, I mean, you've got so many sabers. You don't have to use it. You just put that one on the side.
I'm planning on, like, if I can manage it, I want to sell like a third of them, but they're all just going to be like, a lot of it's just like a lot of Ultrasaber stuff, or like, and I've got a lot of stuff that's sort of broken too. Like, I've got this Vader MPP back here, which I was going to send to Babu Saber, but then I got like a medical bill. And now that I've like kind of dealt with that medical bill, and then I like dove into my savings to buy that stupid Sovereign, feeling a little guilty, for not sending my saber to Babu. But I'm kind of like not really. I've actually been thinking, like, do I really give a shit about getting the Vader? Like, does that really need to be installed, or can I just leave it up there as like a shelf queen and live with it, and get like one of my other hilts like installed with something badass? Like, but like I've got plenty of hilts that I would love to get installed, like my Saber Forge Venom.
Yeah.
I'd love to get that thing installed with like a Golden Harvest 3, but then again, like, that's not really that unique. It's so hard for me because, like you said, when you have like a bunch of sabers, when you have so many sabers, I'm really, really happy with my collection the way it is. That, like, going like Zach's route and sending something like that, the Hunter's Creed, you're sending to here and he's to here and here, and eventually he's gonna have that saber at the end that's been through like, to like 4 different people, and it's just sort of like, I don't really have a saber like that. Most of my sabers just kind of come from one company. Like, it's like, yay, got my Mira, and I'm perfectly like happy with this just the way it is. I don't need to send it out to have extra work done. I'm like a really simple guy when it comes to that kind of thing, But I've been really, really happy with my collection. I've got pretty much all the sabers that I wanted to get. I got my Kanan, I got my Qui-Gon, I've got my Obi-Wan, I got like all the bases covered that I wanted to get. I mean, yeah, I'd like to get a Graphics, but like I'd rather get a Scrapflex. Something completely unique.
Yeah, I like those Scrapflexes, man. They're all the best parts of the Graphics with all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the way I feel about the like Kylo's crossguard saber. It's just like, yeah, a lot of people have that. But then if you get like a crossguard that no one has, that's just as badass, but it's completely you. To me, that's a lot more appealing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. So how we doing?
Oh, I'm worn out. I'm not gonna lie. It's Labor Day weekend. You know, I'm in the barbecue
Oh
business.
yeah, that's right.
I've been cooking meat since Monday. Got like when I left work today, I had like 56 hours. So I'm a little ready.
I've been I've been humping at work so much. Like where I work, we have no staff, and there's like 4 of us in my department. Each of us been doing the work of like 8 people, and we're all like on the edge of like cracking.
Right? Yeah.
And I had a moment like a few days back when one of the CSRs called my manager in my department and gave her a bunch of shit. She just like transferred it right to me and made me feel like complete shit because I had made a mistake. I made a mistake because, like, dude, like you get these intricate jobs. It's just like, and the instructions are just written in crayon on a chalkboard and by like some freaking loser and who doesn't give a shit if you understand, like, you know, or they don't have any idea how to convey this is what you're supposed to do. And you try to do things and you make a mistake and it's like they fucking fired the Death Star at you. And you're like, I'm making a proof. It's a proof. It's not the actual job. The job hasn't been printed with a mistake. It's a proof. And then you found like the mistake in the proof, and that's why we did a proof. That's the whole point. You know, so you know you can fix it before the job is done, and then you haven't wasted $5,000.
Right.
Don't you guys get it? Why are you losing your shit over like a proof that's messed up? I mean, it's not my fault that you traveled like, you know, halfway across the state and then hung out for like 4 hours so we could like rush the proof to you and like, you know, make mistakes because we're like under the gun. It's just like that's the whole world is like this these days. Everything's a shit show. Like there's no sense of like, you know, I almost envy you because like food, because I've done food. Food is like, you know, you make it and you give it to the asshole and then they either go and they eat it and they're happy or they like throw it in your face, you know. Oh, there's your puppy. Is that a new puppy?
No, he's had a haircut. He's old.
My cat was down here for a little bit, but he was just like,
He's like he's about 5 pounds. He's a Maltese, and he thinks he's a Rottweiler. So, yeah, he's had a haircut, so he looks really, really bad, real thin. Say hello to Dark Paradise.
So I had this like really like bad day at work and I came home and I went on Facebook and Facebook showed me a video that was like probably like the saddest video I ever saw. And I'm like, hey, thanks, Facebook. It's great that you got my back. So now I'm tired and depressed. Thanks. That was the night you called.
What this?
I was like on the verge of tears for this video, and I hear my phone ringing. I'm like, every time you call, I'm like, I don't recognize that sound because it goes like da 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 dink, da 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 dink, da 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 da, and I'm like, what the fuck's my phone doing? And I realized, Shannon, because he's the only one that calls me on that thing. And then I was just like, and I was trying to talk to you, and I'm like, holy shit, I am so fucking tired. I can't do coherent sentences. And I'm like trying to say things to you, and it's like, Hey, so you done the thing. Let's go over there, and that'll be really cool. And how's that going out? Fine.
I was like, yeah, I did that.
That's my life. Oh shit. We got Gray Paladin good and lit.
Oh yeah.
He
You're
had
drinking
fun.
some tall beers, some damn like bottles of wine. I was like, what the hell is he drinking?
He wasn't messing around, was he?
No.
Well, I have to say, between you and Emery, you guys are like my best friends on the interwebs. I'd take a bullet for you guys.
Yeah.
Dude. There's like no one else I'd want in my foxhole. If we're at Bastogne and we're fighting against the Germans, you know, we're taking some shelling.
Yeah.
Got you guys by my side. Everything's gonna be cool. We're gonna win that fucking shit.
We're gonna fucking make it. Bro.
Yeah. It's important to have brothers, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think I'm gonna be going over to the other live stream. I'm absolutely freaking.
I'm gonna listen to it. I gotta go in here. I gotta go in here and straighten up the living room. I gotta do some dishes. If not, my wife's gonna kill me.
Yeah, I've kind of made a mess of this downstairs. Like I just got shit everywhere, like empty cans and just like freaking drunk.
He's like drunk. I got a busy day tomorrow. Tonight's I'm just kind of just pre-gaming a little bit. I'm gonna straighten up the living room, do the dishes. Then tomorrow I gotta mow the grass. I gotta put together 2 fucking chairs to go on my pool deck. Make sure the pool's clean. Prep some food, and then have I don't know. I think she said there's gonna be 9 people over here. And it's like, I mean, we usually like live it up in the summertime, and like we just got the pool right because like my ladder was busted, my pump fucked up, so we just now got it. Like we've only swam in it once and held an MC. I mean, it's gonna get cold, so I was like, we gotta throw a party. After I put all this work in, we're throwing a party. Damn it! I bought a shitload of beer and. So yeah, we're gonna throw down at about 4:00.
Like my day's pretty much gonna be like really simple tomorrow. I think. I mean, it's just like I don't know when I'm gonna end up. We'll probably make like a day of it. So my friend lives in well, not that this means anything to you, but she lives in West Springfield, which is, you know, like really near to where I work. I commute like 45 minutes or so to work, and she lives like right in the vicinity. And then we'll probably like hook up and probably go to Connecticut. And like I said, she wanted to go to the Cheesecake Factory, but we got to find something else to amuse ourselves, you know. I mean, go shopping, whatever. She probably needs something or has to return something. There's always something, you know.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about sports, but this is college football's opening barrage. So,
to be perfectly honest, I kind of went through like, because I live in New England. So my cup has runneth over several times. I mean, I've seen the you know, I just like the one year I watched the Celtics, they won the, you know, championship. The one year that like I really got into the Bruins because I was always a Wings fan, and I got into the Bruins. They won the Stanley Cup, you know, and then of course the Patriots just. I won't go there because I don't want to trigger anybody, but like, you know, I've been a Patriots fan since, you know, like the Bledsoe era. Friend of mine at work, you know, I really started getting into football. the thing about football is like I can always watch football because I understand football. Football's kind of like that game makes sense to me logically in my head. Like whenever I see something on the field, if I don't know what the call was, I'm like I have no idea what the call was, and then they'll usually come out and they'll go like, I'm like, I've never heard that fucking rule before, and it's just like, and then they'll explain, yeah, it was just something that they had created last year, to protect the quarterback from hangnails. It's just like what?
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like, everything's just designed. The whole game's designed to protect the quarterback from getting bent in half and snapped. And I'm like, oh, I was like, I'm sure there's a lot of quarterbacks out there that would have loved those rules as they're like,
Yeah, it's all about the concussions.
yeah, exactly. It's just like
change the
no, but I got an undying love for football. I just don't really watch it because it's not just because like it's like I was there through the whole Brady era,
Yeah.
And
now I got it.
Oh, you're a Tampa Bay fan?
Yeah.
No, I totally.
I like the Titans too because I'm a huge Tennessee college fan, so like I like the Titans when they got a team, but I've always been a Buccaneers fan. Like as well, I mean, like even like when they sucked forever.
Whatever. Like I was just like when he went there and he won, like that championship, and it was just kind of like, it kind of validated a lot of shit. Like because everyone's just saying, the only reason you were any good is because like you were softening the footballs to Flakegate, and you had like Belichick on your side. Blah, 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 blah. People should piss and moan and complain whenever they see someone too successful. They got like shit on them, and it's just sort of like, that's fine. I mean, that's cool. And to see him go to Tampa Bay and everybody in New England is just like, oh, he's bailing on us. It's just like, whatever, man. It's just like he's not gonna play here until he's dead. Like I don't know how anybody can play for Belichick for more than like 2 or 3 years anyway before they want to shoot themselves. He has the personality of a 2x4 with a nail in it, but it's sort of like
he's hardcore. Sure.
The guy gets the job done, whatever. But I think Brady wanted to prove that he could actually go to like somewhere else with a different system, which ended up being his system. They like in a different coach in a different place and still win. And he did. And power to him. And I love the whole thing with the boat. He's throwing the trophy.
I know, right? Boat. Yeah, they were all
hilarious. He's like drunk, and they're like, they're like guiding him off.
And who snags it out of the air? Drunk's like, no, not in the water.
Whatever. I thought that was great. So, and then baseball. I can't watch baseball anymore.
I can't. I mean, either. And I'm a Yankees fan. I like the Yankees, but like I can't watch it. I can't watch baseball. It's too slow.
Yes, it's funny because I'm a Red Sox fan, but I have no animosity towards the Yankees at all because New York City is like my favorite place on earth. I love that city. I love the people. Because my friend went to school there. She went to NYU and she was, living in Brooklyn. So I got to spend a lot of time. I get to really experience that city. I just kind of like fell in love with it. I mean, I couldn't live there because it's like batshit crazy. I'm a small town kid, but yeah. And I have no animosity towards the Yankees at all. And then I realized, like, when I was a little kid, I loved, like, as much as the Red Sox, I love the Yankees. I was weird. I'm a freak, whatever. Like, I love Reggie Jackson. I love Thurman Munson. There's, like, so many guys on the Yankees that I love. And I'm just kind of like, nah, I got to let all that hate go, I can root for anybody now. I'm a, like, weirdo. But I just can't sit through that fucking shit. That game is just like so slow, and I don't know. It's just I don't like being sedentary that much.
Yeah, it's definitely way too long. Like I wish they would like invoke that time clock for the pitchers. It's almost like a shot clock, only it's a pitch clock. But it's like instead of that, instead of them doing this, it's like 8, oh shit, 7, 6, and if you don't throw it, it's a ball or something to speed the game up. I don't know, but something like that. Interesting. You get because like baseball's they have no clock. It's just at least with a pitcher's clock or batter's whatever, that would speed the game up just enough where it would be a little.
So is this a thing they're still doing?
Well, they've been doing it in the minors, but they don't do it in the majors. They've been testing it in the minor leagues for.
Everything that they've ever done to baseball to like speed it up has always backfired. It's always been like.
Well, besides that, the only other thing they've really done was lower and like raise the mound and stuff like that. Like to make the pitching more hittable. Other than that, I don't think really trying to do it.
In the end, I'm just gonna say that I still like sports. I don't like to like sit down and watch it. I love to go to a game. I'd totally love to go.
I like going to games too, but I don't know. I love.
Not that anybody gets to go to games anymore, right?
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah. Oh, did you see Neil? You didn't see Neil in the stadium. You didn't see Neil in the stadium Thursday night. The Tennessee Volunteers. That summit was full. 102, 455.
Where? What state?
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh well, there you go. I mean, it's just kind of like and then
the NFL has fans this year too.
I don't know what the hell's like what we're where this is all going to end up. Like, because every time that like there's like a sporting event somewhere, then they go like, yeah, like 2,000 people got COVID from that shit. And it's just like, and now they have it got really bad. Now hospitals are full. And it's just kind of like, and then people go, I wonder if it has anything to do with anything. And it's just sort of like, yeah, it kind of does. But like, you can't tell anybody either way because they're just kind of like, do what they want to do. And it's almost kind of like at this point, I just feel like life is sort of like, you just take your chances, and then.
Yeah, that's all you can do. I got the vaccine. It's not 100%, but it's something.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to like stay in the damn house forever. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I go to work.
I got concerts that we're going to go to. I don't have any like huge events really planned, except for we're going to see Metallica in the Georgia Dome.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That'll be like the biggest, because like I don't know how many people that thing holds, but it's probably gonna be fairly full.
I can't even remember the last concert I went to. It just like I have no idea. I used to go to a lot of shows. Like, at least for me, 2 or 3 shows this summer was a lot for me.
Yeah.
Because usually, like, I'd be going to Maiden or I'd be going to see, like, Rush or can't see Rush anymore now that Neil Peart passed away. But, I'd still go see Maiden. I want to see Foo Fighters. I'd love to see Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Want to wrap this shit up? I'm getting kind of like
a
little bit tired.
I need to at least start on my chores as my wife walks in. So she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I told her I was like, I gotta go to do a live stream with Uncle Paradigm. She's like, "Well, who?" I said, "Don't worry about it. It's okay." She's always like, like when we're doing these, and she'll come in from work, and she's like, "Who are you talking to?" It's like, "Who?" I'm like, "I'm actually on the internet streaming right now." She's like she didn't I didn't comprehend. She's like, you do your stupid lightsaber shit again? I'm like, yes. There's like, we outnumber you. Don't mess with me.
It's great when like when the like women either are like totally 100% in, or it just is like just something some dumb thing you do,
Yeah.
and they have no comprehension for it.
She is not a fan of my hobby. One, because it's expensive. Like, yeah. I mean, we've never had like any like fallout from it. We were outside at my fire pit on the backyard, and I brought one out there and I was fucking with it. And she was just like, why do you keep buying things? And I was like, don't worry about it. It ain't gonna do you. So we were both a little intoxicated. And she's just like, I was like, it ain't gonna do you. Shut up. Stop. That's my money. I'll spend it how I want to. You buy 12 purses. I'll buy a lot of
Oh, and purses are expensive. I've been shopping.
No, she's frugal. Like she don't. That's probably what it is. Like she don't. Like if it's like her purses, it's $40. He's like, if it's on sale, I'm not buying it. Yeah, she's pretty frugal. She don't buy that expensive ass damn shit. So.
We were we went to New York. Francis and I went to New York, and we ended up at Macy's. And it's kind of funny because you go inside Macy's, and in New York, Macy's is just, completely ornate and gorgeous. They have like an escalator. It's like the escalator that was there when they first opened, like back in like 18 something. And it's like wood with like brass, and it's just like barely, it's all clankety clanking, and you go up, to the next floor. I can't remember why I started even telling the story. Holy shit. Boy, I am tired. Why was I talking about Macy's? Oh yeah, because you walk through Macy's and you're like, everything's bougie and expensive, and all of a sudden you walk through like a section, and then you're in TJ Maxx.
Oh yeah, so like similar shit, half the price.
And that's where you look at the pocketbooks. And then like the pocketbooks are always kind of like, there's just never the right color, with the right style, or like, I wish it had this, or I wish it had that. There's just never the.
Yeah,
I always
my wife doesn't like. She doesn't like gold, like the gold metal. She likes silver. She likes black purses with silver shit. She'll kind of veer from that, but yeah, no gold. She's not a fan of gold for some reason.
You remember the Charlie X episode of the original series, Star Trek: The Original Series, Charlie X?
Yeah. When he had like the aluminum foil in his eyes and special powers.
Imagine if your wife or my friend had that kind of power, and she could just kind of like go into a store, and and Frances can never find what she wants, so she'll look around, and then she'll stop at a section, and she'll be staring at like the product and going like, they don't have the right combination of stuff that she wants, because she has like really specific notions of what she's looking for. She can never find the right combination, but she had the power, and she could just make it manifest, and it's real. There you go. It would be there. And then you wouldn't be able to talk, because you'd have that thing over your mouth where it's just scared. Anyway, and on that bombshell, I think I'm going to shut up.
We're getting out of here, guys. So.
We haven't been talking.
Thanks, Ugg, for inviting me to the live stream with Grey Paladin, so we can smash Ultrasabers.
Thank you for joining my first, and
of course.
This was a real interesting experience. I don't like being the host.
You don't like being the host?
No, I like being a wallflower, but yeah, whatever. I'm gonna do this again, definitely. It's sort of like, I Yeah, I don't have any coherent thoughts right now, so I gotta thank the two people that are watching right now, and thank everybody that did show up for this. It's just like some really cool people showed up. I was watching, and I was really happy to see, like, Sem's Nerd showed up. That guy's awesome. And then there's Darth Pepsi. He's got put a hit out on me, and and of course Tim showed up, and all my friends, and Isaac, and just like so many people that I just respect and love. And it's just like, it was really nice to see a lot of people showing up. So it was really cool. And thank you guys. And Shannon, you're my brother from another mother. It's like, and yeah. So on that bombshell, I guess everyone have a wonderful weekend. 3 days of glorious not working. Well, other than you.
I only get 2. I gotta work.
All right. So you're the one guy working. All right. I gotta hit that end broadcast button, and peace out, bro. You have a good night.
Later.
Bye.